Alright, and welcome to episode 4 of the Black Mountains. I'm Blood, and these are my friends.
I'm an associate, not a friend.
Damn.
Alright.
You see what he does in his RPGs.
I see what you write on your free time.
Yeah, El, how did that latest questing post go?
There's no such thing.
Alright, so last time the party did training for a whole week, and then Blaire monopolized time for a whole week. Alright, is there anything that El or Arsene wants to do?
I think I'm just going out into the night and hunting bad guys.
Alright, we have Elf Batman. And Arsene, do you do anything for like your scant spare time while training?
I'm staking out that that embassy that I've been trying to steal the watch from that one guy from. I'm basically like hiding in a tree and just writing down when the guards go in and out of shift, that kind of shit.
So one of the guards, who's a shark folk, waves at you every day. That is all.
I'm gonna second roll stealth.
What the fuck am I stuck on?
I mean, it's without even knowing it, Blair gave Arsene the easiest in to this mansion,
More ways than one.
and would actually work within how the character usually plays themselves.
All right, Arsene, you are very, very stealthy. Let's see if any of the look. I'm healed better, but I'm still kind of like just my eye still like distracts me.
You can operate with one eye.
You
Pull
can
out an eye patch.
you can operate with one eye, but that's not the problem. It's the fact that the eye exists and is twitching in my head.
Twitch.
Yeah, give it like
Oh.
a week and a half to 2 weeks. Normally that'll just go away if you're having muscle spasm.
Yeah.
If you ignore it, the quicker you forget that it exists, the quicker it will go away. It's literally mind over matter in this case.
All right.
The more you obsess over it, the worse it will be and the longer it will stay.
Holy
it's
shit!
like hiccups.
Oh my god. So they needed a 19 or 20, and they got a 20. So literally all of the guards are just waving at you when they come on duty. All right. So it is now the end of that week. It is now the morning of. Let me just check what the date is. Character. Lore. No, not lore. Rules handout. Experience and advancement. It is now the 26th. What does everyone do?
Well, I went through the training, so now I get to the part of the job where I hunt bad guys.
Okay.
But I should wait until I am done with this stupid shit. So someone else go first.
All right. What?
Sorry.
Well, does anyone have like any preferences for what plans you want to do? Because you got like 3 things you could do.
Alright, so assuming Kalcash doesn't want to take the lead, there's at least a couple things that Blair could interact with at first.
Patrick Harris slip and sliding.
And based on that lack of response, I'm assuming Kalcash is going to yield the floor to Blair.
Sorry, I was away.
Understood.
All right.
We're at this.
Go on.
Basically, we're at the stage where we're enacting our plans for the new day after the training. So the question is, do you want to immediately do your things, or do you want Blaire to do a little bit of messing around first?
I mean, Kalcash's plan is to go at night. Preferably, like, hopefully when everybody's sleeping.
Alright then, so that does offer some of the daytime for Blaire to do stuff. So, alrighty, so without any objections, Blaire's going to take a detour and try and locate Arsene if that is possible. Assuming he hasn't hidden into another dimension with his stealth rolls.
Arsene, the floor is yours.
Well, I'm still in a tree. You could try.
Have you just been camping out there every night?
Yes, I'm a cat. I can live in a tree if I want to.
And okay, and what do you do during the day?
Man, Arsene's one of those outdoor cats where they just go out at night and you're like, well, I don't know if I'll ever see them again, but let's see.
What
There's
do
a
I
terrible,
do?
terrible joke I could make, but I'm going to refuse myself.
What do I do
Do it.
during the day? Apparently, very shitty crime.
Shitty crap.
Alrighty, so I guess that's probably just find you in timeout. Good to know.
So, Arsene, what did you try to sleight of hand?
Again, I have been practicing because despite being the third, fourth generation of a fucking crime family, I somehow suck ass at stealing things. I have been practicing the idea of, can I use my fishing magnet, then yoink some shitty off-brand jewelry that some of these street vendors are basically throwing away or trying to sell for hundreds of gold, even though they're worth about 2 copper each. That kind of stuff.
I see. All right. Merchants just count as peasants, so they just get a d20. All right. So they notice the fishing line and magnet, but they can't. But neither of you rolled like high or low enough that you lose the magnet. You got to get the magnet. I will tell you this: you'll have advantage on your next sleight of hand roll using that magnet because you got practicing.
Okay.
Although with your rolls lately, it's not going to help.
Alright, so I'm assuming that would be fairly easy to just follow the trail of disgruntled merchants.
Literally, with an 11, you just walk into the square where the merchant district is, where they're selling the, the tourist goods. And Arsene is just squatting on the edge of a roof with a fishing pole above some guy's stall who is vaguely aware, but trying to ignore Arsene's shitty attempts to play was essentially the medieval claw game with his wares.
Turns out all of his goods are copper, so they're not even magnetic.
Greetings, brother. Are you perhaps occupied at the moment?
No, I'm not now, because you blew my cover.
Yeah, I apologize for that. I'm sure you were, doing something very important and very delicate. But there is some, business I'd like to discuss with you.
He's gonna put his collapsible fishing pole away into his pocket, and he's going to gingerly climb down the roof, probably like sliding down a gutter or something.
Alright, so would you prefer to discuss the business here, or shall we go somewhere more private to handle such matters?
I think here would be fine, as long as we just keep it to one of, I don't know, like, he just kind of like drags him towards the back alley and is like, Yeah, here's good. This is slimy and dirty enough so that nobody would come listen to what you have to say. And I'm gonna make a perception check to make sure that nobody, like, I don't know, say, a random kobold in the sewer is listening through a sewer grate or something. Fuck.
You know, if you weren't my brother, this would give off a very inappropriate inclination.
It's not inappropriate from my angle, it's just you have a dirty mind.
Alright, I forget you're monogamous.
Look, the way you see it is, oh, he's dragging me into a back alley for some stabbings. I say with air quotes, using my fingers. Where in reality, any sane person would look at this and be like, oh, he's gonna drag me back into this alley to stab me to death and then rob me.
I mean, nothing saying you can't do both.
Oh my god.
That's very two different interpretations of help. They're gonna stab me for all my gold.
But enough about that. We're getting off topic, and we haven't even started. So I guess I should open up with a question first. How is your investigation into our associates?
Which ones?
The ones who possess some items of intrigue that we were looking to obtain that I set you on some time ago.
Yeah, which ones?
Our mercantilistic friends.
Do you have any idea in the slightest how this doesn't narrow it down at all?
The Valorans.
Oh, those. Well, their security is kind of meh. They know us already. It's pretty obvious. They know it. As soon as we try to do any stealth mission, I guarantee you we're gonna get caught out because everybody knows what you smell like and everybody knows what I look like, especially because I'm wearing a magenta jacket. So if you want into that place, we need to come up with some really good disguises, or I gotta go whack a tree with a stick for the next. He pretends to look at an invisible pocket watch for the next about 3 months, so I can learn this magic that I have inside my body, so I can learn disguise self.
Well, I have managed to work some of my own magic that might be able to assist you if you're willing to play along.
That depends. Depends on what you have in mind.
The
Because
silence.
what I might have in mind might not align with what you may have in mind. I have a reputation that I am trying to build and trying to maintain. Looking like a jackass, on my end, is fine, but I don't want you to look like a jackass. Or for you to make me look like a jackass.
Well, I guess I'll explain my position, and you can make the final judgment on that.
Please, just keep it to a minimum when you're describing your positions, okay?
You know me too well. But to be more exact, while you were occupied with your own endeavors, Kalcash and I, along with the assistance of some of our help, recently offloaded some possessions to the Valorans in exchange for goods and wealth, but that's not important. During our meeting there, managed to ingratiate myself with one of the guards and put in a good word with you. And if you're willing to humor some time with them, then you might be able to build some form of companionship with them. And having a close tie to one of the guards might allow you to more easily bypass their initial security that's been keeping you away.
Brother, I can't tell if it's the cadence of your voice or not, or if it's just my innate and boundless skepticism. But perchance, did every second word of that statement contain quotes between it?
Well, as I said, it's up to you to interpret how you want. All I'm saying is that I've
Let me rephrase. Is this a rational plan, or is this a you plan?
Well, I believe that would be up to you in order to facilitate that execution. I've merely opened the door, and it's up for you to figure out how you wish to make your entrance.
Arsene kind of just like pinches the bridge of his nose, squints his eyes, just goes, "Brother, if my plans were to ever align with yours, the one way I would do it is to disguise myself as a woman, seduce the guard, and then as things are just about to get interesting, and I say that you kind of interesting, I knock him out with something, and then steal his unit."
Well, there's nothing saying that you have to go that far. That would be up to you if you're interested in that. But the guard, she seemed amicable to getting to know you better.
Oh wow, a
And
she? How
well, no,
how well did you hype up my person? How overboard did you go on describing me? As I guarantee you, as soon as she learns that I am essentially a dirty thief, I I guarantee I am going to be brought back to father and promptly either thrown in jail for attempting something bigger than what father said I should ever try, or I don't know, making our father, and I say that with again air quotes, real dad, look like an ungrateful host by sending his most valiant and most newest knights to basically sabotage what our guests are doing.
if I'm going to be a touch more blunt, I may have potentially lied about the nature of your particular espionage. As you mentioned, it is probably best that they are not aware of your exact intentions, as that would sour relations greatly. So, instead, and I apologize for doing so without your consent, I spend the tale of your particular activities as as an attempt to learn about certain individuals and to eventually approach a more sociable state. If you prefer, I could always escort you to the compound and introduce you directly with the guard. I'm sure if you let me do the introductions, you can perhaps handle your way across some improvisational discussions.
Brother, your plan has already been blown. I've already tried to sneak in there once and I failed. And I wouldn't say they're head of security, but they're head of the security for the inside of the manor. They already know what I look like.
Everyone
And they
knows
already know
what you
who I
look
am.
like.
So essentially you'd be setting me up for a trap. So the best way I'm going to do this is essentially I'm going to have to disguise. So I am going to go and work on that. Sorry that this whole endeavor that you went through didn't really pan out, but I guarantee you that as soon as they see my face, immediately they're going to be skeptical of everything you and Kalcash are doing.
Well, if you're
And I
gonna be able,
mean, the only way they're not going to see my face is I have to disguise as somebody else or something else. Or just not be seen.
well,
Although, you did do one thing that is very, I would say I wouldn't have thought of in the first place, but it's a good idea. If you give this female guard a letter or something, say, I don't know, I could write it and you can give it to her like the day before we go or earlier from now, whenever. And I say, oh, meet me at this place, I'll take you out on a fancy date or whatever. That's one less person we have to deal with. Because I'll make it so that the date is on the other side of town.
That is certainly an option if you wish to play with a young lady's heart.
Look, he puts a hand on Blaire's shoulder. If I'm a gentleman thief, or at least I'm trying to be. If I'm gonna break a woman's heart, I'm gonna do it on my own terms, in a way that doesn't leave them emotionally distraught for the rest of their lives. Can't be heartbroken by someone if you never really meet them face to face, right? And he kind of just turns around, begins to walk, and says, "Oh, I'm gonna have to get some really good stationery for this if you hype me up as much as you said."
Right. I'm assuming that's the end of that scene. If Blood wants to move on to a different one.
All right. As Blaire walks away, 1 second. A shadowy figure is behind Arsene. Oh, that was
So,
sweet. Well, that was
so I
sweet of
turn
you.
around and run right into the shadowy figure, like face first.
You go. Yes. How tall are you?
I forgot. I know I'm
You're
like
tall.
I think he's the shortest of the three.
Yeah, but he's still tall.
I think he's like 5'10", 5'11",
I'm 5'8".
5'8". Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Still
you.
puts him above everyone else that's at like 5. Period.
So you hear. You run basically face first into Hannah, and she's just in the midst of saying, "Oh, that was sweet of ow," as you just go like schnoz to muzzle with each other. It's like, ow, ah! I think my nose is broken.
Oh God. Let me look at that. Just make sure you're okay. Well, you're not bleeding, so that's a good sign.
Okay, ow. That was nice for your brother to try and hook you up. Real quick, when are you going to do that job for me?
The pocket watch thing, right?
No.
Oh, sorry. That's been on my mind lately. Remind me again. It's been a while. I get in this.
Hobgoblin, heart in a box. I kind of need that.
Oh, right. Thank you for reminding me. Sorry, I had to prepare myself for a different thing I already had, given my promise to.
Yeah.
I got a schedule. I need to get a calendar book or something, an event book, whatever you. I need to get one of those. Stick it in my pocket for later.
She's rubbing her nose. There's no blood, but she looks kind of annoyed at you. It's like, oh, okay, but the longer you take, the more likely they're going to move shop.
Right. And with other people, we're getting to one half of that. I think tonight. It kind of turns, looks around at Blaire. And we're doing that thing tonight, right?
Blaire's
that
walking
tomorrow night?
away.
Of course. Okay.
Yeah,
Turns back.
you ended the conversation. Blair's going to assume you don't have anything to do.
Right. Well, we're gonna get to that soon. We're having to deal with the Valorans first. Essentially, if I remember correctly, they said it was something to deal with someone being part of that group is facilitating the transfer of those goods in one way or another.
She looks confused.
I'm equally as confused as you are. Listen, I'm gonna do this thing for my brothers first, then I'll get on that lickety split. Okay?
All right. Just let you know, if anything happens underground, they're probably going to split themselves. But
Well,
I trust you enough.
worst comes to worst, they have a metric ton of that black powder stuff. We saw a small bit of it basically blow up an entire room. And they have pounds of the stuff down there. And they're underneath the moat. So worst comes to worst, we just blow up their entire stock drown him out. But we are basically going to try a diplomatic approach first. Work our way in there. It takes time. You can't just jump headlong in there. I'm a thief. I know these things. You can't just get in, steal the thing immediately, and run out. You need a plan first. That's what we've been working on.
Uh-huh.
Plan that slowly but surely basically place a mole in there. And I don't mean the animal. I mean like someone who's working on our side.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if there's mole people around here. But all right then.
Those are real?
I don't know, possibly. Have you ever met a pygmy kangaroo person?
No,
I have.
I have not.
They're like halflings. And don't even get me on the koalas. The koala people. Oh god, they're awful.
I thought they were called drop bears.
No, that's their warriors. Like, you don't want to know what they do to each other.
Look, anyways, we'll get it done. I promise you, we'll get it done before they, they leave
Well,
and they clear out, and we don't have another chance to get to them again.
I better hurry. She nods at you. It's like, well, I'm going to walk away carefully from you so that we don't just run each other again, okay?
Understandable.
And she disappears into the shadows.
As soon as that happens and the conversation's done, she walks out in the shadows. Arsene, like, grabs his nose and just is like, ow, ow, ow.
So, Blaire, Arsene, you both get inspiration for that interaction. Is there anything else anyone wants to do for the morning?
I guess Kalcash will go attempt to speak with King Dad.
King Dad?
Yep, King Dad.
All right. Mariah's not actually there. Mariah's there with Blaire, with Valeria. Valeria looks very happy.
I assume there's quite a few people that aren't actually here.
All right, so you're introduced at the top of the stairs with your full title. Defender of the Realm, Kalcash, the Golden Radiance.
Kalcash doesn't wait. He just does his like blah 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 blah. Shut the fuck up as he's walking down the stairs.
Disrespecter of the announcer. All around bad attitude.
He just looks at the announcer of how many death threats did I send you again?
563 plus these 2 that you just did.
Oh yeah. Forgot I wrote those and sent them out already.
I'm gonna hold on to one of these actually. They're really good.
Yeah, don't worry, buddy. I got you on the list. He like gives him like a finger gun and a wink.
What?
His way over.
What did people before the finger gun think of the finger gun?
I don't know. Who knows? Who fucking?
It's the finger crossbow. Don't worry about it.
Kalcash will salute King Sigismund. Fair. I see he is otherwise preoccupied.
Ah! Welcome back, my boy. And he gives you a nice hearty slap on the back. Unfortunately,
So, question: who all is actually here?
Ivory Foy is here. The Ekdal Road is here. Muggum Siggs is here. And Neferidi is here. As well as Yoda.
Yeah.
So.
Muggum. I forgot his fucking name.
Muggum.
King Sigismund. I have a report.
Excellent. Please, lay it on us, boy.
I was able to locate one of the cells, the Zornate cultists. Almost said Cornate. Like, no, different game.
Excellent. See, Lady Ambassador, we are making progress. She kind of puts her nose up and snorts. Yes, well, your Muggum Sig's also made progress, and look where that's gone us so far. I can't remember if I told you this before, but right now, Muggum looks like he got into an actual mug fight with someone.
Oh yeah, no, we haven't seen him since he went out investigating.
Yeah, his previously perfectly manicured claws are chipped and calloused. He looks visibly roughed up. He has blood on his clothes, claws, and arms. And yeah, he looks really proud of himself as he's standing on the table.
Kalcash will point out the location of the Zornate cult.
Yeah, Muggum Sigs also nods in affirmative. That's where he found out where the cult is from his interrogating of the kobold. Which means I can.
I am.
Go on. Go on.
Alright. Me and my brothers currently have a plan going. They have amassed the powder kegs there in an attempt to potentially blow up the citadel from below. They have a mining operation currently present. Our plan is to sneak in, gain as much intelligence as possible, then afterwards get out and set off the explosives.
Holy God. So Sigismund actually knows what you mean when you say powder kegs. Pray tell, my son, how many barrels?
I'll have to roll history because I didn't.
You didn't really count? Okay, you actually have. Go on.
Yeah, go ahead. I was about to say like a rough estimate.
Yeah, you give a pretty good rough estimate. There are 9 barrels, roughly. Maybe more if they carry them in crates.
There was roughly 9. I wouldn't say it was neatly stacked, so they're rather hard to count.
And in what conditions were they maintained in? Did you get to pop open one of the barrels?
I was not able to get close enough. It is very heavily guarded. Our plan is to maybe shoot an enchanted arrow. Blaire is a crack shot after all. I am more than confident he'll be able to make the shot from a safe range.
Muggum clears his throat. Well, I will need a higher ranked prisoner than one I got if I want more information. Sadly, this my brother Kobold was ill-informed about the intentions of the cult.
Well, I will attempt to gain what information I can, and if we can get a prisoner, we will secure them for you.
The ambassador speaks up. Well, I don't think we have to worry about promises when I can deliver results definitively. She licks her lips.
Kalcash rolls his eyes.
I currently have at my disposal a strike team capable of assisting the good prince, and I'm sure you would be. I'm sure I can put in a good word with your neighbors that we are doing everything in our power to minimize this threat to the neighboring kingdoms. Sigismund looks at Yoda and starts to say, I do not think that will be necessary. I trust in. And then Yoda cuts him off. Sir, the bulk of our men are out in the countryside. We don't have enough manpower.
My plan alone would only require 2 people. It would destroy a majority of the forces with no muss or fuss.
But then we won't have any prisoners to interrogate.
I can take care of that. Again, the whole point. I doubt your strike team will be merciful enough to gather prisoners anyway.
Oh, but we don't need them to be living.
Again, if we just killed them all, You can just go scrape them up, you fucking monster. I see no difference in our methods. Only that you want to complain and have your fingers in the pie.
Make a persuasion test. You have advantage.
Oh, okay. No.
Because
That
you.
was perception. That was performance.
Okay, 19.
It's... As meant to be. Fate has spoken.
So, Kalcash, remember like how you told me about like your skin color earlier?
Yeah.
Why don't you like describe that now?
I'll have to look at the chart and remember.
Because nonetheless, everyone believes that you're not just totally serious, but you're actually like really about to do this. Help sell it.
So what was it? Oh yeah. It's as Kalcash is sitting there pointing at the map, describing his plan to everybody. His normal golden hue slowly starts to shift. And in a matter of seconds, what was a gold dragonborn is now bronze. As he sits there continually describing everything. And as the, freak show over here decided to open their mouth, he fairly quickly went from bronze to brass. As he just sat there and berated her.
Yoda takes a step back, but Sigismund just like looks on blithely. You see, Lady Ambassador, there's nothing to worry about. Kalcash here has everything in hand. Don't you, Kalcash?
I do.
Excellent. When is the soonest you can do this mission?
I was planning to go at night, preferably when most of them were asleep.
Tonight?
Tonight, yes.
He nods. See?
Wish to hit them as soon as possible before they cause any real damage.
If he does not come back in the night, then very well, Lady Ambassador, we'll use your plan and send a strike team in. But I have full confidence that Kalcash will succeed. Is there anything else you need to report to us, Kalcash?
Not of yet. Hopefully I can have more information by the time I return.
I agree. Hopefully, at the very least, you can salvage any documents that are there.
Yes, that was the plan of sneaking in before we set off the explosions.
You see, Lady Ambassador, there's nothing to fear. Now, I won't keep you. Go ahead and do your mission.
Thank you. Kalcash will bow and excuse himself.
Kalcash, make me a perception test. Okay, as you're walking by, Muggum, Ekdal, Foy, they all return to their thing, but three people are still staring at you. Melisandre, the giant bodyguard, and Captain Yoda. They keep watching you as you go up those stairs and walk out this room.
And Kalcash turns around, stops, smiles at her. He turns to Copper, flips her off, and then keeps going up the stairs.
You don't say anything. They just watch you walk away.
Fuck you. Everybody gets death threats. How can you be suspicious of, just blatant hatred towards everybody.
All right. And then back to Skarrest we go. So that was the morning. What does everyone else do for the afternoon, if anything at all?
Kalcash will try to gather up his brothers and inform them.
Fair enough.
I'll be right back while you all get together.
I guess it'll just be how hard it would be to find everybody.
Yep.
I assume Arsene will still be outside the Valoran compound.
That would be the obvious place to check first.
No, the real question is at what point is Blaire in his rounds?
No, I guess we'll see how long it takes, since Blaire doesn't have any particular ideas, but figured spend some time doing something and just making the typical rounds to try and raise public morale in one way or another.
Kalcash can't find shit. Anyway, Blaire's aware of the time. So I guess at the very least, Kalcash will go grab Arsene.
Just need to wait for boss to get back so we can actually do stuff.
Yeah, boss man. Then afterwards, we can go grab the mercenary.
Sorry, my dad was napping, and he, because he's deaf, he didn't hear Alexa trying to wake him up. All right. I didn't miss anything, did I?
No, we were just discussing what everyone's going to be doing. And the first step on that plan is that Kalcash is going to try and shake some trees for a cat.
Okay. I won't make you roll for this. Just go ahead and roleplay it out.
That's right. I guess Kalcash will go to the Valoran compound, sprinting as he usually does. Gets up there, looks around for a tree till he finds Arsene.
This tree is has a strange amount of magenta in it, considering it's a pine tree.
What strange magenta fruit for this pine tree?
Let me throw a rock and knock it out of the tree.
No, Kalcash hops up into the tree with Arsene. Hello, brother.
Arsene kind of, for a second, looks like he's about to go, jeez. Then kind of like calms himself, just goes, hey, Kalcash. So, what brings you by my my casual amount of snooping? And as he's saying this, he's still looking to like tiny opera goggles, which he's using as like binoculars, basically.
Brother, you've been here daily for weeks now. It is no longer casual. Anyway.
Casual for me.
You see the shark girl door guard waving at you.
Great, now I gotta move trees again.
No, I don't think you have to worry about it. I believe Blaire said that you like her. So now she's under the impression that you just come here to look at her.
Arsene just like very slowly puts the goggle, puts the reading the opera goggles down for a second and just goes, he said what now?
Yeah, no, he implied that you come here to, catch glances of her as opposed to stake out the compound.
She's currently giggling with another door guard. It's kind of hard to tell with all that teeth.
Great, so not only has my brother gone behind my back to arranged this in an attempt to help us, he's now also made me a liar by default. Because I'm supposed to be a gentleman thief. I'm not supposed to. Oh, I'm only supposed to break people's hearts when I plan to do that shit. This is gonna be really awkward because I did tell him that the best way to do this was. Well, they know my face. I'm essentially kind of like puts his hand on his face again and goes, "Oh,
I mean,
I didn't think it was that bad. I just thought he said I arranged for the two of you to go on a date kind of thing. I had this whole backup plan that I arranged with him, basically being like, "Hey, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll just bring her a letter to her or something. Have one of you bring a letter to her or something, and then I'll say, "Oh, I'm having a date. It's on the other side of town the night we're needing to infiltrate the place, and that'll be one less guard to deal with." But this is
I mean,
Th-
you do plan to break her heart, so
yeah, but like in a way where
I mean, in your
I didn't
description,
think
you're fine.
yeah, but I didn't know that she knew what I looked like, or you know, or our brother
You
described me
wanted to
in
be
an accurate
anonymous.
fashion.
Well, I mean, she's seen you multiple times before that point.
Yeah, but back before
Blaire
then,
had
I
to
was just some
explain
random
something.
shitter.
Wait, everybody knows who you are, Arsene. Everybody's seen you get knighted. Everybody's seen, like, he grabs your magenta jacket and shakes it a little bit. Everybody's seen this. Everybody knows you're Sir Arsene the thief.
Does Harsene just tough?
He doesn't know what to do at the moment.
You kind of just like you and me are both a little bit too high profile to worry a little bit about our faces being seen.
Brother, I'm only going to say this once, something I haven't told anybody else before.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether or not my upbringing for, before I was adopted into this family, or if I have something buried deep within me. The same thing that makes me look exactly like my father and like my grandfather and my great grandfather. Something like that.
Similar to what the Valorans supposedly have.
Yes, I'm not sure whether or not it's part of that or it's something else. But I have this need to steal things. It's not kleptomania, it's different. It's not about the thing I'm stealing, it's about the chase of it all, the thrill of that.
I
Can't
believe
quite
that is
explain it.
kleptomania.
Right. But I can't quite explain it. The thing is, I have to steal certain things at certain times, or else I can't sleep at night, can't do anything. I'm essentially frazzled or burnt out in a way. I don't know how to fix it. And I don't think I'll ever be able to fix it. But this right here, trying to, stake out a place like this, is something that I have to do. The fact that everybody knows me, kind of not making that itch go away anytime soon. So believe me when I say I am trying to commit to helping as best as I can. And not for my own sake or my own, well, partially that, yes, but more so because I have.
Well then, brother.
So
I have a
having
plan that I have tonight.
so having our brothers set up was essentially a date for someone who I have no interest in because I don't know them. gotten to know them, and assuredly everything that I'm doing right now is to go against the very nature of their profession, is a little hard for me to do. If I were to have planned this to begin with, it would have definitely been as a character, not as myself. So I am deeply trying to make this not hard, especially for this person.
I mean,
I would rather someone. Here's a question: how much do you know about my real father, my biological father?
that's a good question.
Uh,
Kalcash actually does have underworld contacts, so
go ahead and make a history test. And this is up to a DC for you to decide upon, Arsene.
I mean, 13 is pretty well known. It's fun. It's not every single detail. It's more just along the lines of, yeah, I know he broke women's hearts. He said he was a gentleman thief too. Just general knowledge, that kind of stuff. Yes, he did break women's hearts. He did seduce women to get to other people's valuables. But he always did it as someone else, never himself. And any time that he revealed himself to anybody, it was always the romanticized idea of him. They never got to know the real him. It was always some fantastical 5 seconds of your life version. As much as a lot of us knew about him anyways, including myself. I rarely saw the man. But when I did, he instilled the same types of values that I'm trying to do right now, but in a less murder your husband kind of way. All I'm saying is, I'm trying to work with this plan, but it's a little difficult. Especially when someone else takes the initiative for you.
I mean, to be fair, Arsene, if you do not want to break their hearts in that way, you could just go on this date and then let them down gently. Then come back. You are a welcome guest in there. You can sneak in and probably steal a uniform for yourself.
I'm also going to let you in on something else.
Yeah.
That itch I mentioned, how I said that I don't know if it's part of me, it was a part of my father, if it's part of my grandfather, if it's what I was trained to do, or if it's something else. I don't want to be like Blaire. I don't want to have a moment where I accidentally give that to a potential child. I don't want whatever I have that forces me to steal to be in a child that doesn't get a choice. Because I didn't
Brother,
have
what
a
are you
choice.
suggesting that I'm saying? I'm telling you to let them down, not go over there, destroy their
know.
world, and then come back and do whatever the hell you need to do.
I know. What I'm afraid is, what if I like
Kalcash is rubbing his temples. I don't know what to tell you, brother. Imagine there's plenty of ways around it. Repressing your feelings, other such things. But I mean, are you a thief? Do you always throw out attraction and attachments to every random thing that you see?
to every random thing I see?
Yes.
there's not necessarily a lot of things I want to steal, but I need to steal. Is normally what happens. Though there have been a few things that I have stolen in the past that I definitely wanted for myself in one way or another.
Well, brother, I can't rightly judge you for anything that you, any, what's the word? Urges that you might feel. You already know what I do.
I know. And I can rightly assume that me describing it as something under your skin, something that you need to scratch but can't, is definitely apt description that you would understand, right?
Yes. Though I understand its purpose. So I unfortunately I cannot sympathize with you being with exactly your situation.
I know. It's more so the fact that I didn't have a choice in the and I'd rather make sure that figure that whatever this is figured out first before I get into any relationships of any.
But anyway, brother, there's urgent news that I need to tell you.
Okay.
We need to eliminate the Zordic compound tonight. If we fail, then the Necromancer ambassador will send in a strike team. They'll most likely figure out my identity, and then they'll most likely come after you next.
Stand.
So we need to go there,
Is
gather
this
enough evidence for them to be satisfied, and then destroy the rest.
this is the one that's underneath the it's in the water, right?
Correct.
Okay. I mean, we could do what we did last time, which is just take a kobold, interrogate it, maybe
No,
flip it over to our side.
They demand something of a higher.
All right, we'll get
higher
2
rank.
kobolds then.
No.
What, they want 3?
No, they need something of a higher rank. The rank and file of the kobolds will not likely do.
Okay. Definitely lizard man.
However,
All right,
however, the problem is if they get a hold of Hela, or one of the other 3 that know my face, that's when I will have problems.
I definitely will have to go to Slicks, get something that we can knock somebody out with, because last time we fought one of the guys, remember, they threw me through a wall. I'm not going to be as much use to you if I'm incapacitated again.
If I reveal myself, I might be able to draw some people away from it. We could probably set up an ambush. We can then capture our high tier individual. And then set off the explosion.
Out of curiosity, did King Dad remove the did he say what he had his men do with the bodies from the embassy that we went to? The one that was on fire.
If I remember correctly, they're probably strung up on the walls.
Okay. What about their armor and stuff?
Likely stripped and repurposed.
I have an idea, and you might not like it, but it might just work. get a hold of some of that armor.
I mean,
We need
brother,
a sen-
are these cultists? They show very little understanding or tact of anything.
it's better to be safe than sorry. Plus, my idea, and he says to, as he like puts a hand on his shoulder, is to make you not look like you.
I have plenty of ways to do that now, brother.
Do you
And
have
you-
Did you have prestidigitation?
You watch as Kalcash goes from gold to silver to brass to bronze to copper back to gold again.
Try the less metallic version of yourself. Try more chromatic. They won't be expecting that.
I would be unable to do that. I've only found these so far.
If you, well, brass and bronze are just different colors of orange, slightly shiny orange. You just think really hard of a color and just make it shiny, and then think really hard again. Just imagine that color slowly becoming not shiny. Something that my mom showed me one time, long time ago, little kid. She changed a teapot from being like what I think it had gold trim on it to being just bright neon pink at one point. I don't know. Something to tide over some collector forgery stuff, essentially. Some fancy. They made some not fancy looking tea set from some king or lord or whatever look like a fancy tea set that guy had.
I can try, brother, but I'm unsure if it'll work. The difference between metallic and chromatic is through bloodlines.
Right, but this is magic. You're just simply changing the color. Remember, you
Well,
can also make
like
things
Kalcash,
smell
like-
funny too.
Brother, I do not have access to magic
How are you making yourself change color?
through my blood,
Uh,
through the key in my body.
That
I do not know precisely why I'm able to do so, but through my training, I think a small part of my draconic bloodline started to awaken. And you see as, like, Kalcash's arm just bursts into flame, then electricity, then acid, poison.
I'd be careful how much you do that. Remember, we are in a tree right now.
You actually see some kids
being-
pointing and clapping.
Kalcash is being sure not to touch anything. I do not know what's going on, brother. I could try.
Well, think of it this way. You, it's a useful tool. And that's pretty much all that matters at the moment.
That's
Although
all
if something does worse happen, you can still confide in me. I promise. If it does become an issue in the future, I'll help you with whatever it is.
Well, it hasn't seemed to cause me any trouble so far, and it has only been a boon. But if anything does come from it, we shall see.
I mean,
But at
what's
the
the
very
what's the worst
least,
that could happen?
metallic dragons are renowned for being good in nature.
I mean, what's the
So
worst that
what's the
happens?
worst that could
I'm 40
Yeah.
feet tall and grow wings.
Yeah, I send to a dragon. Then the realm would really have a use for me.
I'm a half dragon. What's parentage? Well, my dad's a dragon. It's your mom. Also another dragon.
A kid shouts from down there. That sounds fucking awesome.
We're not talking at a volume for random passerbys to fucking hear.
But there's just a bunch of kids down under you look at the light show.
Oh, okay.
They see a multicolored dragon that's changing colors like a chameleon, and then his arm starts glowing. They're pretty stoked.
Well, if
Look.
push comes to shove, I can always make it as a circus performer.
Well, look, figure this out. Worst comes to worst with what we need to do. Think I'm gonna need some rope. I'm gonna need a lot of like rope dipped in like lamp oil or something. Essentially, I have an idea. We make a long fuse and we run it into there. That way we have enough time to get in and get out, and we can just light it on the way out. Plus, if any of them follow us and they don't get swept up in that, then, hey, that's more people to capture, right?
My idea was for Blaire to shoot a flaming arrow.
You might be a little close, but
He's a
well,
crack shot.
he kind of
I
mulls
fear
back
the
and forth.
fuse being. I had an idea for a fuse before, but I fear it being found. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time.
Not if we run it through the brickwork.
Again, we don't have a lot of time. We have to get this done tonight.
Yeah. We do it on the way down. Run it through the brickwork, and then run it to the back, and then when no one's looking, we just basically put it up against the wall. It's pretty dark in there. I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna have dark vision. There's not gonna be any lamps around or torches because, well, you know, black powder, it's flammable apparently.
It was very well lit in there. They have other visitors that don't have dark vision. But you're correct that the explosives do not have any fire sources near them.
Plus, you know me. I'm one sneaky bastard. Trust me, my idea is just in case Blaire somehow misses, you know, through the laws of, I don't know,
I mean,
our luck
Averages.
so
several
far.
errors are for. We're not trying to. We're not only going to stake all of our bets onto one shot.
What, are you gonna throw a fireball at him?
No, that's not enough range. I'm saying Blaire would have multiple arrows in case he missed.
Okay. I will go with your plan.
You've seen his skills with a bow. He practically can't miss at a certain distance. And with the help of our mercenary friend, and maybe some select others, we should be able to make a fairly sizable ambush.
I'm going to just get some lamp oil. Just in case as backup. In case we need it.
If you feel the need to do so, go ahead, brother.
Puts
I
a
still have
hand
to gather the others.
puts a hand on Kalcash's shoulder and just says, I know you have a need to do this. I'm just saying, plan in case something goes wrong. Because do not lose any of you. Because you are family. Okay? I'd rather not have one stupid thing take you away. Alright? This is just to make sure that one stupid thing, if it does happen, is a fixable situation. That's all. So I'll be back, and just tell me where we need to meet. Okay?
Blood, what was the closest entrance to here? I believe it was probably through here, correct?
To the where?
To the Zorn compound.
The closest entrance would definitely be the Valoran, not the Valoran shipyards. They're just shipyards.
Yeah. Yeah, when we went here and
Yeah.
then had to
You
probably just go through the hole that was left behind.
Yeah, you're basically going down like an old dwarvish well, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, Kalcash will direct Arsene to meet there when he's ready.
Okay.
And with that, Kalcash will try to find. Well, Blaire's running around, so instead, Kalcash will run to the Pilgrim's Rest. Hopefully, to find our mercenary friend drinking up a storm.
So Blaire is deciding that during the lunch period they want to take out the consumerist agitator.
I mean, it's lunchtime. Everyone needs to eat something.
2 wine bottles worth of lamp oil. So you're just
I
buying
brought
2.
my own bottles.
Oh. So you're just basically just buying some lamp oil.
I'm just saying two wine bottles worth. I don't know how much that is.
It's Molotovs.
So you're basically just buying Molotovs.
Well, one's a
I was
Molotov. The
joking.
other one is I'm going to like open the cork, put a finger on it, and then just slowly let it drip behind me as I walk into the place.
Okay. So how much is oil?
I have enough rupees. Should be fine. I can also buy some rope and
I have
bombs if I'm
30
there.
rupees. It's the perfect amount.
So
Mhm.
a clay flask holds 1 pint. uh, how much is it? Oh, it doesn't say because. Alright, give me a second.
No, typically it's about a silver, but I'm not sure what the size of it is.
Yeah, when I just type in oil, it says 1 silver for a flask.
How much is like how many ounces is in a flask?
It's 1 pint.
What? Fuck. I do.
It's fine.
It apparently has enough oil to cover a 5-foot square.
It's a fuck ton.
Apparently, it's also enough hour to last 6 hours in a lamp.
Interesting.
Alright, so for you, it's a copper.
I mean, yeah, I was about to say, but given the exchange rates, it's probably not a silver.
Yeah.
Most likely.
It's a copper.
Okay. And over like 2 copper because I'm like, you know what? I'm putting it in bottles. It's gonna look really fucking weird.
Are you buying it from Mirinda?
Buying it from whoever the hell I get it from.
Alright, so you walk by like a street vendor. You say he has like oil for like 1 copper 1 copper a pint, but you must bring your own pints.
Okay, so that would. I'm gonna say 4 copper because a wine bottle is 25 ounces and 16 ounces is a pint. So it would be roughly around 4 copper, and I have 4 copper on me. So I'm just like, here you go, keep the change, even though half a copper doesn't exist.
You basically just give them the silver. It's like, just give me whatever this has.
I recork it, put one in one side of my jacket, put one in the other side.
Alright. So you now have however many oil flasks that you wanted to buy. Kalcash, are you going to... You're looking for your mercenary friend, right?
Yep, Miss Winters. I assume she's at the Pilgrim's Rest.
Elle, you there?
Yeah, I've been here this whole time. Everyone's been pretty much off in their own shit, and I couldn't really get involved. So I continue with the whole operation of just dealing with any troublemakers while I wait for work. Am I still muted and you're not hearing me?
No, we can hear you.
All right, it's just no one responded, so. In fact, Blood is still missing apparently.
Yeah,
so.
it is something with his deaf dad. Probably Alexa screaming at him again.
No, I'm literally just eating fries, and I said you don't have to roll. You can just like role play finding each other.
All right.
I imagine the funniest scenario you could have seen going down there, Blood, would have been your dad asleep and just Alexa continuously making fart noises. Alexa, make a fart.
Well, I'm just sitting up here looking for trouble as I watch you two squabble in the street.
So what? You're just on a random building?
Yep, right above you.
All right,
You
I
guys
guess
are
as
where I think you are.
Kalcash is walking by to go to the Pilgrim's Rest to find you. Just
Oh,
for
there.
fucking brevity, you'll see you. Oh, what's up? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, don't worry about it. Just continue.
Yeah.
Just move on with the damn story already.
Yeah, and he'll just climb up to meet you on the roof. Hello, Miss
Afternoon.
Winters.
Afternoon, Goldie.
It is good to see you again. I have some more work for you if you're interested.
Always interested in more work. What am I doing for you?
Well, if you remember, we found the Zornate compound not too long ago.
I remember.
We are going to attempt to stage an ambush. Me and Arsene will sneak in, attempt to gain any information that we can, and then draw out a high-ranking member away from the group
Makes sense.
in hopes that we can capture them, dead or alive. Then he motions towards the castle. The freaks have their ways.
All right. Well,
But-
just tell me when to be there, where to be there, and how much ammunition I'll need, and I'll get that job done as quickly as can be.
We shall meet at the harbor. If you remember where the Zornates attacked and stole the gunpowder originally,
Yep. I
before
remember.
the sun sets. And if you happen to see my brother on the way, please do inform him.
Which brother, the cat or the elf, or whatever he is? I don't know.
The one that spends too much time touching things he rather shouldn't. Kalcash then stops and goes, the tall one. That isn't a cat.
Okay, so the other one. Okay. I'm not really sure what the other one is for some reason. My memory's a little bit hazy.
He is a human.
Ah, human.
I mean,
Purple,
to be fair, that has never been stated explicitly to Vi, so that would be in character to not know.
Yeah.
Don't you know? Staring at people's ears is rude.
Round
Especially
ears
when they're
are.
covered, so you just gotta walk up, flip their hair up, like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
fucking knife here.
So around ear. Got it. Short lived. Prone to insanity. Got it.
Short-lived, prone to insanity. You're not wrong. And Kalcash will climb down the building, make his way to the Pilgrim's Rest to enlist the services of Blaire's fiance.
All right, 1 second.
And I make my way to the
She's
roof
a
of the harbor.
fucking hardy ass kicker, that's for sure.
All right, Blaire is not here.
Where am I? There I am.
Well, howdy there, Kalcash. How you been?
Alive.
Oh, that's wonderful. You want a drink, or are you here for something else?
I have a proposition for you.
Oh, I
If
don't
you
get
would care
proposition
to-
by. Sorry, I don't get proposition by dragon folk that often. How can I help you? Her ears start twitching.
We're going to go on an adventure again, and I was hoping to enlist your skills and strengths.
Damn straight. All right, let me just get my things. Blaire, did you already give her your longsword? Not that longsword, the actual longsword.
I believe it was still being crafted.
You are correct. When is it going to be finished crafted?
I'm assuming sometime when the debt's paid off.
No, you get it before then.
Yeah, you get it, then you pay off later. And if you don't pay, they come up and chop your hands off, take the sword back.
No, then you're a slave, and you have to do dungeon runs for them.
Fair
Oh
enough.
wow, that don't sound so bad.
Yeah, this is the dungeon rolls they give people who they know are gonna die.
Yeah, that don't sound so bad.
Yeah, in which case, I guess regardless of the actual answer, regardless of Blaire's actually been given the sword or not, Blair has not had the opportunity to present the gift.
All right. Well, I'll just get my nice Zweihander right here. She pulls it up from, like where you would keep a shotgun at a bar? She pulls out the
Yeah.
Zweihander. All right, I'm all ready.
Very well. We shall be meeting at the harbor. Kalcash will pull out a map and point it out for her.
Excellent. You want to go right now?
Before the sun sets. Not
Yeah.
immediately. I still have to grab Blaire and a few more people.
I understood. She puts her longsword back. I'll be there by 2 hours before nightfall.
Sounds good. We still have a ways to walk before we get there. And Kalcash will make his leave.
Oh my god.
Dare ask what that about?
So Blair decided to seduce the consumerist agitator for some reason.
Oh.
Because Blair's Blair. And not only did Blair crit their test, so did the consumerist agitator.
Rising chemistry.
All right, yeah, go ahead and make that constitution roll while Kalcash looks for you. That's why Marina's ears were like twitching. Her wife senses were tingling.
And, well, Kalcash knows where to look.
Kalcash.
Alrighty, and
He's like, alright, well, the first place that I can think of where Blaire would go.
alrighty, and then since I'm level 3, I can utilize, assuming you'll allow it, can utilize a spell during this.
Yes.
Out of curiosity, are we level 3 at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've completed our training.
Hence why Kalcash was doing his light
Oh,
shows.
nope, let me put that command in correctly so it actually works. Alrighty, so using Druidcraft can add or subtract the a 4 to that result. Question is if a 4 would change that result in either direction.
I can tell you this. She's a smart cookie. She decided to go to the Marn Temple and deactivate her reproductive system.
Alright then, so I guess didn't need any protection then.
Yeah, no, she didn't. It looks like you didn't either. Unless, wait, what was the thing you're using again?
Druidcraft. It allows me to add or subtract a d4 to a pregnancy test.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, yeah, she failed. You would have succeeded, but she failed. All right, Blair, do you escort her out with you after her lunch break?
Well, would be best to make sure she gets back to her post. Whether or not we get intercepted is a different question.
I'm going to say yes to save time.
Understood.
And the fact that Kalcash is dead sprinting around the city, going like 80 feet every 6 seconds. It's like a golden Sonic the Hedgehog.
So yeah, it would be DC plus 15 plus Constitution modifier. So you would have succeeded, but she failed catastrophically. There we go. All right, so Kalcash, you see Blair and the consumerist agitator like on each other's arms, like very lovey-dovey. Like, it's very indistinct, but you can definitely tell that they just had sex.
So, as Kalcash is still dead sprinting, he just scoops up Blaire and then just keeps sprinting off. I'm stealing him by, and then just roam. Hello, brother.
Well, it's a good thing I haven't gained that much weight yet.
Oh, no, it's easy. Anyway, I've talked with Father, and our deadline for attacking this place has moved up. If we don't finish it tonight, then we're gonna have some serious problems.
Oh.
I would suggest doing anything you need to do and then meet us at the port before nightfall.
Good to know. I'll try and wrap up my business as quickly as I can.
Our plan is to me and Arsene to sneak in, gather what information we can, run out. I will give you a signal once we're clear. Look for the lightning bolt. Feel free to start firing the fire arrows at that point.
I will do my best given the circumstances.
Do you want anyone any NPCs besides Marinda?
Kalcash was gonna go talk to Maria after he was done
All right.
with Blaire. Like, he talks to Blaire, sets Blaire down, and then runs off to the Citadel.
You see Mariah reading a book.
Yeah, no, he
Kalcash.
probably gets there out of breath. He just goes, 1 second, 1 second. Takes a drink from his fucking water skin. Okay, all right. Too much running.
You okay,
Anyway.
Kalcash?
Well, you remember the camp that we told you about?
Yes.
I told Sigismund,
Yes.
and if I don't want that fucking cunt to send a bunch of her men in there and to gain all of the information, I have to do it tonight.
She's already standing up. Well, let's go.
Yep.
Oh, by the way,
Everyone's gonna
Kalcash.
be... Yes.
There's an Inquisitor on the way.
Here?
Yes, I
Or
believe
there?
so.
What, to talk to me?
So you know our little Zornate problem?
Yes.
Yeah, to solve that problem.
That's fair. I wouldn't doubt it. I believe they've already sent Muggums.
Muggums is just our finance minister.
Hmm.
I mean...
Why does he claim to be an Inquisitor?
I'm sorry, out of character. I don't remember ever saying that.
Yeah, no, you said that he was the Inquisitor. And I thought it was fucking hilarious that a kobold is like, yeah, no, please. And that's why Muggums was like, yes, please. Like, give
I think
me the fucking hostage or whatever.
Smoke. I think the word you're looking for is interrogator.
No, he said Inquisitor. He introduced himself as the Inquisitor that came to, like, solve the Zornate problem. And I thought it was hilarious that Kalcash is now having to shit his pants over a kobold. Because why would your fucking finance minister be the one doing the interrogations?
Because he was interrogating a kobold. Also, because he's used to union busting, and this is not very different.
Yeah, no, he was the fucking said as the Inquisitor.
Holy shit, am I high? I don't know.
Who knows?
But
if that's not the case, then that's fair. I'll fucking remove that note then.
Yes, an inquisitor, a foreign inquisitor from the Old Kingdoms is coming. Or he could be already here. I have no idea. I just heard the rumor.
I would not be surprised.
I mean, for all she knows, Muggums is that foreign inquisitor. But then she would be really confused too. She was just relaying the whatchamacallit.
I mean, if like Kalcash says him by name and then she's like, no, it's this guy, then like fucking it's clearly not him if it's a foreign fucking Inquisitor.
Well.
But anyway.
Yes.
I have to try to find some fire arrows for Blaire.
Okay. So, for fire arrows, do you want them to be magical, or do you just want, like, a torch arrow?
How much would the magical ones cost?
1 GP per.
Per?
Yeah.
And how much were the torch arrows?
1 silver. what they do is they get like the wick cord, and they just light the wick on fire and like wrap it around the arrow.
Yeah, it makes sense. Normalized torch arrow. Kalcash will buy 4 of each. So 4 enchanted and 4 torched. So that he can give them to Blaire. I figured if use up all 8 shots, then Destiny has spoken and we're fucked.
Destiny has spoken. There will be a Destiny 2.
No, Destiny 3. There already is Destiny 2.
All right, you all meet up at the port.
Kalcash will give Blaire his bundle of arrows that he found.
Thank you kindly. I'll endeavor to make these as usable as possible.
I trust in your skills, brother.
All right, so how do you want to go to the Zornate hideout?
Well, there's like a underground dwarven city surrounding it, correct?
Yes.
Stealthily.
First, we should find a good ambush spot.
Because I have a map for this.
But we are going to try to at least stealthily approach.
All right.
Because I know Kalcash and Arsene are going to want to disguise themselves beforehand.
All right. Do you want to make a disguise test, or do you want to make a stealth test?
I'll do a stealth test.
Okay. Does anyone want to assist him?
I shall assist.
Do you have stealth trained?
Yes.
All right.
I guess I'll...
It's the 18. He just has advantage on it.
Okay.
19. Okay. Ow, my ear. You only have to make the one for the party.
Fair enough. Sorry.
No, you're good. All right. So, Kalcash, from your experience before in these tunnels, you proceed to very quietly infiltrate your way, like from like your entryway to like the surrounding area. You're now at a basically what used to be. You don't know what kind of building it was. It could have been a warehouse for all you knew. But you're now at like a building that's like next to the cistern that they repurposed into their hideout.
Would it be clear of the blast radius?
You still don't know how big of a blast radius Black Powder has. From what you saw previously, yes.
Kalcash will look to his brothers and see if they're willing to take that bet.
I should roll for Mariah. Miranda does not know better. Miranda says, yeah, sure, that sounds good enough. What's Black Powder anyways?
He just looks, says, I'm not sure exactly what it's made of, but you get enough together and you light it on fire, stuff goes boom.
How much Black Powder are we talking about? Mariah
Barrels.
Roughly 9 kegs.
All right, Mariah, time to do math. What test would this be? I guess this would be another history
Probably
test.
just or intelligence or something.
Yeah, let's just do intelligence. Are you a smart dog? Yes, you're a smart dog. Who's the smartest dog there is? Oh. Oh,
Hey,
9 barrels doesn't sound so bad.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I kind of want to give her my inspiration to make her re-roll, but
It'd just be
she
a 10.
did. It'd just be a 10. That is abysmal.
She's a level 2 cleric. She's very wise. She is not very smart. At least she's not brain dead.
Is this warehouse at like maximum range for Blaire?
Blaire can't see into it. It's dwarven tunnel system, so
Well, no, I was saying like a shot from like a clear shot to the barrels, like a vantage point for Blaire.
you can't see it from here because this warehouse is like completely like separated. It's like a silo, and you're only guessing that's a warehouse. You can't really tell because it's so old and damaged. Once you see the map, you'll understand what I mean.
That's fair. Like right now, I'm hearing like, hey, here's this building that has nothing to do what we need.
Unfortunately, it's like close enough that you could like set up camp here and not be detected. The problem is like there's no building that's close, quote unquote, to the barrels. Dwarves weren't very big on windows, unfortunately.
Yeah, but you also described this place as cavernous.
The cistern is cavernous, yes.
Yeah.
It just didn't have any like windows like looking into it. You could, however, make me a perception test. All right. You do, however, detect the faint tremblings of a mining work gang. You know, like the little tink, 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 tink from like pickaxes. It is entirely possible that the kobolds have set up a whatchamacallit, a tunnel that does have like a line of sight to the barrels. 1 second, I'll be right back.
None of us are intelligent enough to realize that we're going to kill ourselves. Agreed?
I have no
No,
complaints.
it'll be fun.
I mean, if we wanted to be real fine, we would try and get maps of the underground system and just break the sewage line into these tunnels. That would flood it out real fast.
Sorry
That
about
would
that.
be so expensive to fix.
All right.
Yeah, but it might be for best because for all we know, we blow the tunnel and all of a sudden that island becomes just a hill in the middle of a small desert.
Fair.
There's a rather large river feeding it. It will flood this entire place before the citadel just becomes as you described.
Possible, but it's also possible that the ground level between the river and the lake is a little bit higher at that bridge, and it'll get cut off once the water level drops.
That's fair.
Then the river will just establish a continuous flow downward and just completely ignore the lake.
But even then, a castle on a hill is still fairly defensible. even without a giant moat.
You just have an earthen moat instead of a watery moat.
Oh, mud moat.
Or at least until it dries.
Mud and rubble.
Yeah. Although I guess that would reveal any lost treasures that've been lost for generations under the water.
I believe the actual ruins that would be flooding has more value than what is on the riverbed.
Never know. Could be a secret second hill.
Anyway,
Anyway, I guess we should go in there and see if we can.
yeah,
Do
no,
the
it's
job.
just kind of waiting on the map we're being told about.
Alright, so you're
Yeah.
entering the map?
If you'll allow us.
Alright. Sorry, I had to step away because the doorbell rang. You're on the top left, by the way. Is everyone entering at once, or just Kalcash?
That's an excellent question. Top left.
Currently, only
assume-
Kalcash is on the map.
Alright, yeah, I'm.
Fuck.
Sorry, I'm still putting my character sheet together manually because for some reason the character mancer just crapped itself.
You're fine.
I never trust a thing.
Yeah, I went back to D&D Beyond.
Alrighty, brave, fearless leader. Continue to lead us into fear.
When you recognize art, I know that artist.
Okay, Kalcash, can you see?
Yes, I can see.
Alright. Did you want to use any disguises, or did you want to come in, like, up front?
Kalcash was going to use the same disguise as last time.
Alright.
Bandaging himself up, kind of looking like a lizard man leper.
A leper man.
I got leprosy. Y'all better stay away.
Alright. For everyone else, does everyone else want to, like, disguise themselves?
No, Blaire was told to hang back, so
Right.
Blair's gonna try and stay as
What would
far
I
away from
press to
front.
try to disguise?
Yeah, like it sounds like Blood has a dungeon ready for us. And whatever plan is just a bunch of shit, so might as well just do this instead.
Understood.
Alright, do you want Mariah to stay back with Blaire? With Mirinda as well?
I don't fucking know.
No, it won't be difficult to support you if things go south.
Arsene, do you want to support Kalcash?
Yeah, of course I'm going in with him.
Okay, do you want to take off your magenta jacket?
No.
Alright.
I'm gonna stay like in the shadows. Tim. Give me one. Basically, I have something up my back. I have something in my sleeve. I just make sure that I'm seen first, so I'm gonna stay in the shadows behind until I'm needed. Has a time limit.
Okay. Thankfully, the goblin only has a passive perception of 9. Alright, let's see about the salamander. I'll just have to use the red for now. Passive perception was not written down. Thankfully, that's I think they only have a passive perception of 9 as well. All right, Kalcash, you're leading. Okay.
Okay, who goes
Do
next?
I remember what was going on over here from the last time I was here?
So it looks like those two are cat folk, and they are looks like looks like they're currently playing a game of cards.
Okay. All right. It was. They're not guarding a box.
Yeah,
They're just playing cards on a table.
yeah. Well, they're playing cards on a box.
Okay.
And you remember this is where Hala was talking with like people, with those red
Yeah.
salamanders.
Yeah, that's her. Oh, what a pretty little snake. I think I remember fucking seeing that person before.
Put me like 10 feet away from Cash.
Like, wait a second.
Sorry, still writing stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. I remember that person. That was Arsene Snake Man's friend from the fucking Stars Without Number campaign.
Yep.
Still want to save his ass.
Yeah.
I think you did. Oh, looks like Blaire's gonna have a little bit of problems.
You currently
So
see.
this is-
Go on.
I was about to say like this. I think that's another Manticore, correct?
You are correct.
Yeah, and I think Blaire has this whole deal trying to help out the Manticores, and we're just gonna nuke this fucking thing.
All right. Currently, you see 2 goblins and a lizard man defending the barrels. Looks like there's a bit more than last time.
Oh fuck. All right. Does there appear to be like a way for Blaire to be able to snipe these things?
So this is like the main cistern area, and this is like the one that goes like way up. Like they used it for a cauldron. But you think around this corner, around this corner, if you go all the way north to there, he'd have a clean shot.
That's fair. Kalcash is going to turn himself to copper. Hop over to this side. And he's gonna like motion for these guys to go this way. You know, he's going to be walking by this manticore.
Mm-hmm. She is currently curled up and like sleeping fitfully.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to do that. Kalcash like reaches out his hand slowly as if he's going to pet her, and then goes, "No, no!" Snatches his own hand away.
Pet the
Other shit
kitty.
to do. Tiptoes around her.
Make a stealth test.
Oh, that's horrendous.
All right. So she's still asleep, but make an opposed athletics test with her
Oh,
because
fuck
she's going to
no.
try and grab you like while sleeping.
If it's to break it, can I use acrobatics instead?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh God. Yeah, she's like just totally fucking asleep.
Kalcash, sleepy little salamander. Slips away, crawls up, hops over here.
You smell a cook fire and the sound of voices around the corner here.
Kalcash will wait right here for the others to join. Or at least see him so he can, like... Yeah.
Vi, are you stealthing around on your own?
Yes.
Make a stealth
Kalcash will
test.
motion towards for Arsene that there's enemies over there.
All right. As soon as you do that, Arsene is use this guy's self. He kind of just like ruffles his jacket, and you watch as he turns into the image of like one of these lizard men. The only difference is, he has a magenta like paint dot on the middle of his forehead, so you know it's him, and not to shoot him in the face.
You just have a random like sash around you that's magenta.
Yeah, that'll work. It's even better, actually.
I feel like I've seen this dude before.
He represents a template.
That's fair. Okay, it's not like that's a named dude that I've seen before. It's just I have probably seen that just character running around.
Yeah, you probably saw him in Miranda's bar, in the Pilgrim's Rest.
Ah, yeah, I think so. And is this the mining operation?
Yep, that looks to be a kobold work gang. They're currently removing spoil from their digging operations.
Oh, what'd they find?
Spoil is like loose dirt and like rock.
Oh, okay. You said spoil. My brain went to like, ah, yes, the spoils of war.
There is like a big pile of shinies in the corner though. You know,
I see.
pendants.
Over here at the sniping spot.
Yeah, pendants. Like pretty rocks. You know, stuff like that. Like loose like accoutrements that you would find in a dwarven tunnel.
All right, I feel like it should be easy enough to get Blaire over to the spot. Those things aren't really paying attention.
Correct.
And the only problem would be, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I got it. Every sniper needs a spotter, and who better to be a spotter than his wife? That should kill anything that comes to kill him.
Blaire and Miranda, the perfect sniper spotter team. Sorry, is it racist if I say that Miranda acts like a hunting dog and just comes back with a dead bird?
So, Blood.
Uh,
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Never mind.
I mean, I feel like that's up to you, but if that's considered racist, considering this is your race that you've made up and your
Depends.
society.
Do you call her your little doggy?
There's nothing little about her.
I mean, do you call her a good girl, Rubber Belly?
Well, depends if I plan on getting anything done today.
To be fair, I think Marina does like run faster than you.
I mean, I would assume just about everyone does.
Anyways, all right.
Blood.
Mm-hmm.
Who would I consider the second in command?
For here,
Yeah, from what I was noticing.
it'd be this human. There's a human in the corner of the planning room.
This room? Oh, over. Okay, I'll have to. It's a little bit easier for Kalcash. No, it'd be here. This one?
Yep, that human. She doesn't say anything, but Hayla always looks to her for affirmation.
The blue eyes are unsettling. Especially seeing how I understand the connotation. Oh, Winters is nowhere near.
Oh, then why are they asking for a flame arrow if
They're
I'm the one
asking
holding
Well, no,
Kalcash.
I meant Kalcash was nowhere near Winters. So he can't tell her that one, he doesn't have any of those arrows on him. And two, they still need to figure out how they're going to get an ambush set up. Can I hear anything from the current meeting that's going on?
Let me just read some stuff. You do hear them say that they're almost done with preparations. Let's see.
You want me
And
to roll perception?
yeah, perception, please. 18?
Yeah.
All right. You hear them talk about the preparations are almost complete, that the woodland camp is almost finished fortifying, and other minutiae about the plan. Nothing immediately applicable. But generally, there seems to be like a variety of power blocks here. And you think that right now they're just in the negotiation stage of what we're going to do afterwards.
Okay. Kalcash is going to go up to Arsene. Arsene. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to draw their attention. You're going to sneak in afterwards, okay?
How are you gonna draw the?
Are you saying this right in front of the guard?
No.
We're mumbling it to ourselves.
Okay.
So to him, it just looks like it's another cultist talking to a leper that's probably another cultist. Just mumbling to themselves. I was thinking of boat. You just see Kalgash is like, this is the dumbest idea ever. I was revealing myself.
That is really dumb. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, no, like, but I still need to draw them to the ambush somehow.
Actually, wait. There is one way we could do this. So essentially, we need to find a corner that no one's around. I'm gonna stand next to it, and then you're gonna basically break line of sight with them, get next to me, and then I have prestidigitation. I will change you, not be Alec. I will change you to be Chromatic, and give you my jacket. Because underneath this, it just motions to the disguise he's wearing. It's a shell. So if I just give you my jacket, and you will definitely look completely different.
Turn him into a chromatic dragonborn. He has this magenta jacket on, leaning up against the wall, smoking
next to
a
me.
cigarette.
And I'll look all concerned and be like, "Oh, they went that way," and I'll point to like the exit, and they'll fuck off outside.
Yeah, red dragonborn.
So I'll go find
Magenta
a
jacket.
corner to hide. Just gotta make sure you do that.
Fuck. What would probably be the best one?
Or I got another one, which is where is it?
Because the only like real corners there are is like this one and like.
Ooh. I forgot. I have silent image. So I can make a 15-foot cube. How high is the like ceiling to floor ratio?
How high is the ceiling to floor ratio?
Yeah.
Can you specify?
The height from the floor to the ceiling.
20 feet.
Fuck.
It's a
Okay.
nice curved like edge, like a big curved arch.
What about like in here?
Ooh, that I can.
In where?
Yeah. I can, so
This hallway.
That one's like 10 feet tall.
I can do that. So I'm gonna make. So when we need it, because it only lasts 10 minutes. You break line of sight with those guys. Turn around the corner. I'm gonna make. Do we have pipes in this world? Are those
Yeah.
a thing?
Yes.
Can I make? Are they metal or are they like just stone?
Lead.
I'm gonna make one really big lead pipe that's like ceiling to floor size. I'm gonna be standing up to it. So all Kalcash has to do is to run and hide inside of it. I'll make it one way so he can see. So he can see through it.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to
Kalcash no clips into a giant pipe. And they're like,
they'll never look at it.
you're trying to literally do a roadrunner on these guys.
Yeah. So all we have to make sure is that they
I
follow
love
you.
this fucking plan.
All we have to do is make sure they follow you up this and not go this way, and we should be fine. So I'm gonna go do that.
I don't know how we're going to get them. I would hold off on casting it until you hear Kalcash running towards you.
Yeah, I'm going.
But I'm still unsure how we are going to fuck. Yeah, get the ambush to where we can actually capture this person alive if need be.
They seem to currently be talking about what the political situation is going to be afterwards. They certainly seem to be worried about like an invasion from all the neighboring nations. Especially because a lot of these people come from like parts of the Black Mountain that would get invaded by these neighboring nations.
Yeah.
Oh, I have an idea. So he looks really important.
The elf?
Yeah. The guy that we need to capture. He looks really important.
Oh no, the person we need to capture is over here.
Oh, this is the
And
look.
they've been standing silent the whole time.
Okay.
Fuck. Well, there's two ways to go about this. Kalcash can reveal himself and attempt to plead his case.
Or you could basically tell them I'm here to sabotage your shit. Basically shot at once and then run away. And then we pull
Kalcash
up.
runs and goes nana nana boo boo, slaps his ass a couple times and runs out the door again.
Yeah. And then essentially when we need to, if they all fuck off and that person is still there, we then just loop back around. Essentially pull the same trick and be like, hey, look, the dude I like, oh, need help over here. Can you I'll lure them out, and then while you're hiding in the not or a pillar, you just grab them or just whack them on the head really hard. They won't be expecting it. It sounds really stupid, but it should work.
I mean, oh fuck. There's the note that he wrote up for Hila. But seeing how we're going to be blowing them up, I doubt, like, dropping that note would be much help. Especially if we're going to be delivering one of their fucking leaders. So, fuck it. Oh man, just fucking.
Do you want to talk to her?
Kalcash is thinking about trying, but the more he thinks about it, the more of like the situation he's in is just too much of a pain in the ass. And he would likely be made if he attempts to like communicate with them further and not do any suspicious actions. So I'm pretty sure he draws enough suspicion as it is with his constant death threats towards everybody.
I would volunteer to be like, drop the disguise and be like, I'm here to steal all of your shit and then get chased out. But at the same time, I just got this and it's last an hour and I can only do it one more time tonight. And I kind of want to save this one that I got on for the rest of the hour that I have.
Arsene, I have concerns about Blaire. Can you please tell him to get in position and lead him there before he gets otherwise distracted?
Okay, out of character, can you like ping go exactly?
He needs to go up in the top right corner.
Okay.
It'll give him a clear line of fire.
All right, I'll go find him.
I believe Winters might have already made her way there.
All right, Kalcash. Now that you're by yourself, do you want to go talk to Ayla?
Oh, shit. This is not a good fucking idea at all. Kalcash needs to wait for Arsene to get in position in the hallway so that
Right,
he has a place to run to.
I'm gonna return, and as I walk back up to the group, so I don't get fucking shot, I take off my jacket from underneath the disguise and be like, "Hey, it's me," and then put it back on underneath the disguise. That way they know it's like, "Hey, don't fucking shoot me."
Yeah, no, this lizard man walks up and then just pulls out Arsene's magenta jacket out
It's just
of
like
nowhere.
it's just like no clips off of his body. Oh, it's such a that'd be such a cool thing to like look at, like, wise, because it says it's a shell, so it's like, I don't know, a millimeter above my actual body at all times.
Yeah.
So I just take it off and it like kind of just no clips out of my body, Gmod style.
I mean, first your fingers would no clip through your skin, and then as you're like peeling off this jacket,
Hey, it's me. Don't fucking kill me.
On a scale of 1 to 10 to how like disturbingly creepy it is for like the D&D movies, like use of like clone.
But I thought that was
I mean, clone's
pre-programmed
creepy
image.
as fuck to begin with.
But the one where he does the projection of himself and then it starts glitching out, like
Oh, that was clone? I thought that was just programmed illusion. All right.
it was probably like it was a programmed illusion of something. I don't know what the spell exactly.
Might have been greater illusion.
Yeah, it was probably because they were level 20. All of those characters were level 20.
Oh, they're level 20. It's definitely greater illusion because
Yeah,
greater illusion allows you to do sound and visual, but it does require concentration.
Yeah, clone is you get this pot or hole in the ground, and then you grow your little clone fetus in there.
Soul goes die.
Yeah. And it's essentially, yeah, like a phylactery,
Yeah.
for lack of a better term.
Anyways.
Turn to the group, be like,
And it
hey,
grants
you know,
immortality because you make yourself a child.
Welcome back, brother. How did the investigation go?
we're not done yet. We need to get you into position. So follow me. We're gonna have to make a detour over here to
Alrighty.
avoid some kobolds. Essentially,
Alright, I'm
stay
assuming.
stay close to me and then just walk in front of me. And
Alright.
that way, if anybody suspicions, I'll be like prisoner. Just walk in front of me, and then
Or a new recruit.
this all the way down.
Hold on. And Miranda has to like wipe off all the yellow smudge marks on our Blaire before letting her go. Oop, there's one more, and then Miranda kisses Blaire. It's like, there, it's gone.
So we just gotta get to here, and then it's smooth sailing.
Kalcash is just casually thinking to himself, I feel like it might have been a bad idea bringing Miranda along.
So Kalcash, you want to talk to them?
Again, Kalcash is waiting until Arsene is able to take up his position over here again.
Okay.
So that, we can Looney Tunes these fuckers. As it will inevitably go bad, because Kalcash is not good with talking with people. He's just extremely lucky most of the time.
People find him endearing.
Yeah. He's a very earnest person.
Like, you should go fuck yourself. You're a terrible person, and here are the reasons why. It's like, wow, I never had anyone tell me like actual good feedback about my humanity. Thank you.
Oh,
No,
wow.
come back here. Let me berate you more.
Like how Kalcash specifically wrote out to that fucking freak of nature, like why he thinks she's a freak of nature. She constantly keeps breeding fucking dead bodies are everywhere, and it's nasty. She smells gross. She acts creepy as fuck. Her fashion sense is weird.
Go over to Winners.
Oh.
Blaire, go over to Winners. Go.
All right. Kalcash will
Blaire,
notice
do you
that.
have dark sight?
I do not.
You can only see 30 feet.
If at all.
Yeah. Oh, 1 second.
Yeah, because I'm not sure how dark it is down here.
That's a good question, because I don't have dark vision either.
Fuck. Presentation is only 10 feet. I can't put a light to see it.
It's fine.
All right. Sorry about that.
I assume at the very least it's dimly lit in here.
No. It's all dark.
Okay.
Most everything here has dark vision.
Oh, then, yeah, I don't think I can see much of anything.
I'm perfectly fine. I have dark vision.
I have an idea.
Yeah,
I have
dark vision up to 60
an
feet.
idea. Well, Blaire knows what the signal is to shoot.
The only places
It's just going to be extremely dangerous.
the only two places that are lit is like this cooking fire and this chamber here.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I got it. How deep is this water? Can I tell?
No.
Is it just really gross?
No, it's just really dark. There's like a lot of sediment in there as well. It's not like muddy or murky or like, sewage, but it is like, dark, and then it's just water.
Okay, yeah, it's essentially like just brown water.
Yeah. Get a lot of leaching from all the sediment that's around the ruins.
Yeah.
Light does Misty Step put out?
Kalcash is gonna try to swim down.
All right. Okay, go square by square.
He's just trying to see how deep it is.
You estimate it to be about 20 feet deep.
20 feet deep?
Yeah.
Okay. And he will swim back.
There's definitely something in there with you, but they don't touch you.
Was I able
Oh.
to see it?
No. It is very murky in there and dark.
Can I roll like insight or something to like get the impression if they're hostile towards me?
Yeah. So it was very vigorous thrashing and moving and stuff, and then you see a ball like erupt from the water and then sink back down into the water.
What now?
You see a ball erupt from the water and then sink back down into the water.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Whatever that is, it's not my problem.
Well, it's going to be my problem here in a minute, but that's besides the fact. All right. Kalcash is going to shake himself dry,
Dude.
and then what's up?
No, the guard says, dude, what the fuck?
He did it over here, not over like next to
He's
the
still
here.
getting droplets on him. Even this far away. Alright, then you're gonna make the jump?
Yeah.
Whoa there, little man. He says, looking up into your eyes.
Looking up into me.
What business you got in here? I know you're mumbling with that little purple bloke.
Well, I looked exactly like him, but with a magenta sash. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's why he's calling you purple.
I just need to have a few words with Hila.
Alright, Hila, do you hear this? Yes, you do hear this, Hila. Hello, man. Alright, you can go in. Mumble.
Grumble.
If this map looks familiar, that's because it is.
Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I I recognize it now. You spent a lot of time over here.
So, Halo's looking up at you if everyone else is looking at you.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Alright, have you removed all of your bandages?
No. No, he's still walking in looking like a leper. If there's any skin showing, it's still copper.
She's untrained in insight. Yay! Alright.
That's still pretty high.
Yeah, what'd you roll for your disguise?
That would be deception. I'll have to roll that now. Not very high.
Kalcash. It's nice to see you again. I guess? Jay looks back and forth, like suddenly worried.
He takes his hood off. Still maintains the copper finish.
You sure it's Kalcash?
Yes.
He's not gold. No.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Kalcash.
Gives her a smile.
Well, it's nice to have you here.
I would not say that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
As you know, I'm fortunately in a bit of a situation.
Indeed.
They require some kind of action here. Otherwise, the necromancers will be sending forces to exterminate everyone.
She blinks slowly. So you're telling us so we can ambush the necromancers, right?
I'm telling you so that we may feign action in some way, so as to prevent any bloodshed to these warriors. What I mainly came here for was to present to you my plans, as unfortunately I was unable to do so, given the necromancer spy devices that they keep inside their premises.
Well, she steps aside, grabs her chair, and then sits down slowly.
I believe you were supposed to sit on the chair.
She has now. She lifted it up like she was like Zelda, like she was Link from Legend of Zelda.
Like, Kalcash rests his hands on the table and gives off a just visibly just relaxes, turns back to gold. Words cannot describe. I was concerned that you might have tried to hunt me down immediately, given that we were still in conflict before.
I am not going to turn my back on a brother just because he stands on the other side. The Lord knows that we have many brothers on many fronts.
As you know, I was lucky enough to just happen upon the position of knighthood within the Haxmastare household. I'm currently planning to use this and the people of this nation as warriors against the necromancer nations. Kalcash will pull out the copy of the documents he found. As you know, they currently have an ambassador inside the walls. However, they also have a spy amongst them. I aim to kill this spy, or at least in a way that doesn't inform the rest. Their plans are to invade this place by two ways: flooding it with refugees, or taking the refugees as undead and forcing them upon us.
The second command stands up and click-clacks over to Hela and whispers in her ear in a foreign language. She looks at you furtively, but then she sits back down, watching you with interest. Please, go on, Kalcash.
It is likely that if they discover us, or that we are trying to expose their plans, that they'll kill all the refugees that they plan to send here and use as warriors against us. However, if we can prepare the land, we can get these refugees and use them as bodies against the necromancers that will come to invade. Use their own plan against them.
The snake man to your left.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He doesn't mean to interrupt you, but he does this. That seems like an ambitious plan. Do we have any guarantees that the Haxmasters could even do such a thing, let alone resist these foreign powers?
That's why we're here to pull the strings. I know Keen Sigismund. As much some of you may despise him, he's still very reliable. And luckily for us, predictable. Luckily for me, I was able to gain his ear. He has complete trust in me. I was able to hold off the assault just because he has this trust in me.
The elf speaks first. They would not be satisfied with anyone but Hela as the prize.
I would assume so. However, We might be able to offer up something else. Maybe falsified documents instead. Say we weren't able to recover any bodies in the rubble.
Hmm.
I am more than willing to die for this cause. They can rend my flesh from my body, and I will not speak the words. So I do not care if I am found. I just want us to have the best chances of achieving our goals. And I believe utilizing this nation and the circumstances that it's in would be the best bet.
Kayla gives you like a look of, "Are you finished?"
Yeah, he waves for everyone to continue.
Well, that seems like a fanciful plan and a fanciful idea of what they're planning. But I think you have some details wrong.
And
Well, I do not think they're going to make a necromantic army, but I do think they're going to use the excuse of all the refugees for experimentation. The necromancers are always looking for more efficient ways of heretical research.
let me pull out that fucking paper again.
Is Kalcash just like rooting around in his like waistband?
Well, yeah, no, like he put down all of these documents for them to see.
Oh yeah. So she's going to start reading it as well with you. Did I release that as a document?
You have just the one.
Ah. Hala will read it aloud for. Do you want me to read aloud, everyone, or do you just want me to read it myself to refresh myself on what I wrote?
It's up to you,
Whatever
man.
you feel is most
You could do-
appropriate.
DM, it's up to you.
All I am doing is relaying them the conclusions that our one mutual friend came to after reading all of these documentations.
I mean, how often do you get to lore dump?
Yeah.
Lady Ambassador, I understand this strain of I'm placing you under with these latest orders, but they come from the Pharaoh herself. She has already earmarked several tribes of Umlani, and the most aggressive, obviously, to be enslaved and relocated to these wretched mountains. They'll make a fine first wave to settle these troublesome regions as Sigismund has demanded. We know he is a stubborn adversary, but we believe if we force this on him, he'll have no choice but to accept the fight accompli. He does not strike me as a strong enough leader to be willing to drown hundreds or even thousands of slaves in their ships, so we obviously try to care for them, whether he likes it or not. The Valorans might be willing enough to kill them all, but their Sork Marines will adamantly refuse, as we've gathered from our own informants. Speaking of, our source inside the Haxmastare family has expressed willingness for our plans for a suitable reward. He'll likely demand trade concessions, which we can slyly give him, refuse all attempts at metals and magics, and instead lure him into the cotton and flesh trade. Already, he has extended an olive branch of good faith and has selected a group of whelps for adventuring that can be manipulated to our needs. Halo looks up at you. Am I to presume that he thinks you are to be manipulated?
Indeed.
Oh, maybe he's stupider than I thought. In regards to the surrounding nations, the Sferdens has as always proven an annoyance of epic proportions. Do not allow them access to the flesh we will be delivering. These scum deserve naught but ash. As the Pharaoh has declared, experimentation for purpose is one thing, skinning them alive for their fur is another. She wants results, not bodies and fur. While I personally don't care, we cannot allow news of the Sferdens intercepting a single slave ship getting out. Riots will be the likely outcome if the masses of beasts put two and two together. The nations neighboring the mountains and the Valorans have already acceded to our designs and will be expelling their own undesirables into the mountains. We've come to a schedule where we will stagger our expulsions and you'll be informed when the time comes. With help, we can finally tame these bastard mountains and cripple the Haxmasters and the Valorans for the foreseeable future. Signed, High Minister of the Necromantic Arts, Amon Mur, P.S. Those Calburn silks are fantastic. Does it come from worms or spiders? I believe we can make a suitable counterfeit with more information. Alright. She taps the table as she reads it. This is concerning. The lady sitting at her left finally speaks for all loud. I believe that regardless of her actions here today, they will go through with these perversions. What say you, Haxmastare? What is your plan for dissembling these machinations against you? You wish to circumvent these, quote, slave ships to your own needs?
Indeed. Blades held against us be better suited against our foe, don't you believe?
Yes, but it takes two to
We have
tango.
plenty. Indeed.
What if they're not willing?
They are slaves, are they not?
They are newly enslaved peoples of proud tribesmen.
There's plenty we have to give.
Oh?
As many as people doubt, the only thing we lack is people. This is a lush, fertile land and offers much. If only we can tame the demons within.
Well, you have some of those demons around you right now. Tame us.
You know the demons I refer to. My father made sure not once we were ever demons. We simply have a duty to attend to.
Make me a persuasion check. You have advantage on this one.
What is
All
with my... Why?
You're
I shouldn't
leashing.
be able to talk to people.
You're leashing all of Arsene's luck.
Why? This doesn't make any sense. I made him unable to talk to people.
Well, yes, the fire blights remain a problem, and yes, they breed in their mountains, and we swallow like children all around. The unknown lady here looks around to everyone. I believe you have made a compelling argument, but you must demonstrate something on your end.
And what will that be?
She leans back in her chair. I'm not sure. You have the fire within you, and I can smell upon your breath that you have partaken in our rituals as of late. Was it fire
I have.
blights?
It was.
Well, Hala, it is your skin that is ultimately to be served up. Will you sacrifice yourself for this?
Well, we might be able to find a way. Again, I could probably convince them that I was unable to retrieve anything. They are dissatisfied, then they are dissatisfied.
If they're dissatisfied, then they'll come here anyways.
And that's why I will have to ask you to move. Or perhaps not try to destroy the Citadel like you're planning. Or at least what I assume you're planning.
Victory comes with sacrifice, Kalcash. You should know that better than anyone. If you do not produce a body or a prisoner, they will simply send more into these tunnels.
Kalcash is like rubbing his temples. You agreed with me and my ideals, correct? Or at least you understood the logic of my decision.
I do.
If you agree, then you would also understand that this camp would no longer be necessary and you could move
A camp with
to a more defensible position.
a camp with no struggle. Documents discovered without any bloodshed. They're
There will be
necromancers here.
struggle. We have a plan. There won't be any way to get to this place after.
She, the unknown
What
woman,
they'll find is what we'll give them.
the unknown woman looks to the elf. Eddie sighs. Well, we technically have enough black powder here to obliterate an entire support structure of the Citadel. That was the plan. Are you saying that we should destroy all the black powder in position here?
Yes. As that was our plan to begin with.
Ayla, flinches at that. The unknown
He-
woman
he-
nods.
He nods like, if this went south, I still have things to protect. And as you know, we are on, unfortunately, opposite sides.
Ayla nods. It won't be enough. You'll need me. At the very least, if you destroy our camp and they have me, then they won't need to go digging for the rest of you, and you can be in preparation for our secondary plan. I am willing to make the sacrifice, Kalcash, as I'm sure you were when you came here.
I must warn you, they are sending an Inquisitor.
Let him come. Everyone else looks aghast at that, except Taylor.
It's like, I like how Kalcash and Halo are the only ones that are stone cold in the whole situation. Except for maybe this person.
She's currently rubbing her temples now in mirror of you when she heard Inquisitor. She's like, oh fuck. That's going to be annoying.
Yeah, no, this shit's very dire.
I am willing to face him on the battlefield of interrogation.
Well, they'll likely send the kobold at you first.
Sigs, that little bitch.
Muggums. Yeah, Muggum 6. I didn't have his last name written down. Let me just change that.
He'll be a good preamble for my screams, so that I may deliver all my hate on the Inquisitor. Hayla, this is a serious matter. You will be tortured and then killed, and then they will possess your corpse to make you speak whether you want to speak or not. I have no more to give than besides what's in these documents, and in that time, I can buy you time. I can buy you time, Kalcash. Zorn isn't going to wait for any of us. His plan is already in motion, whether I detonate the Citadel or not.
Kalcash sighs. Is there any way I could talk to him?
Yes, I believe there is. She motions for the snake man to grab something from the crate, and he grabs the crate, lifts it up, puts it on the table. These are not all of our documents, but enough incriminating evidence that we were going to leak to them. We knew this camp was already, what's the word, leaked out? They already knew where we were.
Compromised.
Indeed. This was a sacrificial camp. That's a trap. Zorn will only talk to you if you spring his trap.
These documents?
Indeed. Well, it's a map. Map to our main base, quote unquote.
Ah.
I believe a small enough team negotiating through the Black Mountains could get to him without overt notice, but he'll definitely be skittish if you just come to him. At least that's what he told me to do. As he told me, and I tell you, sacrifice is worth it for the great goals of the god. I was willing to make that sacrifice. Are you?
I am.
Then take those documents and then take me in cuffs. Or irons. I don't know what you people use.
All we have is a rope.
You have Blaire with you right now, don't you?
Yes. Why do you ask? He pulls out his silk rope that he got from Blaire.
Well, now that's settled. Begin the evacuation. Then she walks over to you and, offers herself to be tied up. No, wait, hold on. She's going to punch you in the face and then tell you to beat the crap out of her. Has to look good. All right, Hayla.
All right.
All right,
Make sure to throw a few punches.
Yeah, she's making a great axe attack. She
Yeah,
misses.
that is
All right,
Kalcash will let her hit at least once or twice.
All right. Ow.
Yeah, no, that's a big ow.
Yeah. Then she's going to put her weapon down and let you beat the shit out of her.
Just a big ass slash across his chest, coughing up blood. Okay. Kalcash's arms turn to silver. Ice forms around it, and he just gives her a punch.
All right, you're going to have to do 57 hit points of damage.
Well, he's only got to do that one more time. There you go. He's unconscious.
Yeah, no, he's throwing ice at her if that changes anything.
No, she's just she's not like immune to ice damage.
Oh no, not immune to ice damage. I just figured it might do more damage because she's fire.
Unfortunately, this is maybe before I settled down all the salamander types.
Fair enough.
This was made like 6 months ago. Like not 6 months ago, like 12 months ago. Actually, by this point.
Can we just say that I just beat the shit out of her and I don't have to keep rolling for all this damage?
Yes, you beat the shit out of her. She's unconscious.
Okay. Kalcash will tie her up.
Do you want to tie her to the
No,
box?
No, like I was about to say, like Kalcash ties her up using Blaire's book.
You should borrow tie her up.
Is that how I'm supposed to do it? Yeah, no, he just does that. Throws her over his shoulder, pick up the box.
Pleasure doing business with you, Kalcash. All right, evacuate.
Kalcash nods towards them. I wish it could have been on better terms, but
Better terms can be next year.
hopefully.
I'm just going to give you control over these items.
Okay.
Kalcash. Save. This now represents Kalcash. Save. Sorry guys, no fight today. Smoke apparently is rolling fire.
Heretic.
Heresy. This heretic is doing diplomacy with his heretic friends.
Do you want to just throw into the a big lead pipe? You want to make sure the Looney Tunes goes off?
It's just like some kind of Looney Tunes happen. He just comes up to Arsene like, Arsene, we're okay.
That they're preemptively, so
Yeah.
I
He
didn't
says
do it in
as he's
character.
carrying the documents and the person they needed. And it turns out they're actually quite amendable. I thought they were going to try to kill me, but they're actually open to talking. I thought I was going to have to like sneak into her room while she was sleeping.
You say that, but I'm a cat man. I have really good. You punched her what, like 20 times? Cause
23.
Yeah, because I didn't hear enough punches sound like a fight. More than 20. An actual
And you
fight.
notice like he's like blood's coming out of his mouth. It just he has a gaping wound on his chest.
You know, a lot more punches than 23. Sounded like someone was punching a leg of ham over there.
She's very sturdy. It's quite concerning. I would have liked to get to know her, but unfortunately, now she's going to die.
You know,
Anyway,
that's a bit of a morbid thing, but you know what? I guess that things could have been worse, right? I mean, you took your time with it. That's not the worst thing you have as the last.
Those
Bit
people are
of-
looking at you like, what the fuck? Is that our leader? Is our leader being carried by a golden dragon?
Arsene turns
yeah,
around,
no, he
looks.
did ditch his disguise.
Arsene
he
turns.
did for-
Arsene turns around, looks at them, and goes, "Changes management. We had a bit of a traitor situation going."
They look at each other
Turns
like,
back around, walks away like he has authority.
Kalcash turns around and goes, "They'll explain the plan to you. Prepare for evacuations."
the black salamander looks very, very concerned and confused. The goblin just nods at the traitor thing and that change of management thing. Yeah, that's normal. It's normal to beat the shit out of people.
Kalcash will bring the documents and the prisoner to Miranda and Maria.
Arsene
Well,
turns and says, "Not exactly traitor thing, but like treat it as if it were the situation like that. You know, not to arouse suspicion. If there's anyone here that is not of the faith." His back around, but still walks like he has authority.
The lizard men just pop their heads out of the water when on guard. Like, what the fuck is all this talking about?
Don't worry about it.
slowly rise up like they're alligators.
Yep. Now who's going to tell Blaire and Winter the shooting is off?
Well, once Kalcash was
Go get
dropped
him.
off,
I have the disguise. This didn't take more than an hour, did it?
No, it didn't. It took like 30 minutes. I think it took legitimately like 25 minutes.
All right, I still have. I'm gonna go grab them and be like, "Tsk, "Come on, fuck out of here."
we're still blowing the joint.
They'll blow the joint for you. They have to evacuate.
Okay.
Honestly, I'll have to do that. Except wait, can Winters see in the dark? Does Winters have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm a fucking
you're gonna have to
roll.
help Blaire aim.
Oh, you guys don't have to set it off.
But
We don't
okay,
have
I'm
to
gonna
set
tell
it
them that then. We
They
do-
just blow the whole thing before evacuations are finished.
we don't have to set it off. It should be fun. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, Kalcash goes up like, I was able to do it.
Oh,
Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of
good.
here. Go, let's
Considering
go.
I can't even see what we're aiming at.
Look, it's surprising, having someone who actually follows the same religion and creed of the enemy, who can talk to them.
Who would have guessed that would be a useful trait to have?
Yeah, it's almost like people are willing to negotiate with you.
Arsene, just to keep the charade going, looks at. It's like, "Come on, new recruits, chop chop, let's go. You got your tour of this place. Unfortunately, we can't use it no more."
So Smoke, those when you went into that like the big cauldron, those are lizardmen playing like water polo, underwater water polo.
Oh, is that what was going on?
Yeah. And I was literally, that's why I was asking, like, go square by square, because if you were to go on the same square as the lizardmen, they would have bumped into you. Be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and started like, hey, what are you doing fucking around?
Exactly.
Like, I can't see you. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was actually going to use the amphibious trait of the lizardmen to, like, be like door guards and shit. Unfortunately, you guys had to, roll an 18 on your persuasion, which was the DC of the test.
What? Like, that's wild. I don't know how I was able to do that.
You laid onto them a actually very, like, considerate and serious plan that you had, like, the authority to possibly pull off.
I know it was like a well thought out plan. It was the only reason it would have worked.
Yeah.
It's just that the roll actually pulled off.
Yep.
That's what blew me away. And I'm just
What?
rolling flat.
Would you want us to escort your prisoner while you handle the more important tasks?
I don't like. I don't know if I trust you, Blaire.
Not sure what you mean, boss. Looking around at the others.
Oh,
Namely
they
at
know
the...
about you. It's fine. Like, come, let's just go.
Oh.
Wait, is that
Ow.
Blaire?
It turns out your reputation goes far and wide.
I mean,
being a man whore will do that.
Like, I didn't even tell them my name, but they still figured it out. Not surprising.
yeah, I guess that it does come with the territory of nobility.
That comes to the territory of being a giant, like 7-foot tall, golden dragon.
Yes.
That's
I'm only 6 feet.
that is currently currently in a going steady relationship with the matron mother of the biggest temple in the area. You know, that obscure person.
I know, like, Kalcash is just extreme and naivety. He's like, I'm nobody. Why does everyone keep talking to me like I actually matter?
Kalcash's kingly portrait is going to be him looking confused and baffled. All
very upset that they keep making him sit down for hours on end so this jackoff can fucking paint on a piece of paper.
Yeah, speaking of which, is this whole thing motioning towards all the ropes around Hila? Is that also part of the plan, or the disguise, or is there something I need to know about?
It's like Kalcash plays like it was in the book. It seemed like a very good way to secure somebody.
This is before
well, if you need someone to teach you how to properly handle those knots, I'm sure I could take her off your hands for you.
Oh, don't worry, brother. I was a sailor. I know everything about knots.
Miranda's trying to keep back the fucking laughter. Unfortunately, we didn't get any loot from that.
But we also did not die horrifically.
To be fair, we weren't planning on looting it. We were more planning on destroying the whole thing.
So I'm assuming that this whole operation's being handled now?
Yes. Then we have a plan in action.
Arsene, make me a history test. At advantage. Damn it.
Fucking...
Damn it.
That is a roll.
I want to give him my inspiration to give him super advantage, but that's not how that works. No. What
Yeah,
the
my inspiration
fuck?
wouldn't have done anything anyways.
What is this shit?
I keep.
Let's just see, for the sake of curiosity. No.
What in the fuck?
I swear, you are stealing Arsene's luck.
I don't want to. I don't want to. Have it back.
Okay,
I'm gonna wipe it off on you like some kind of fucking bugger. Here you go. Have it.
Kalcash.
Oh my god. Like a 17. Boom, there's a 17.
No, but it also has a fucking nat 1 in there too.
No.
Kalcash, make the
It
history
hates
test.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Kalcash, you remember Arsene has to do that job before you blow stuff up? Or at the same night? Because otherwise they'll just go to ground.
Oh, Arsene, don't you have a job you gotta do, like, right fucking now?
Oh yeah, that's right, I fucking do.
How about we go help you do that job like you need to do right fucking now? that I don't think told me about.
No, I did. I told him like, hey,
Okay.
there's a fucking necromantic bullshit going on in the slums where they basically have a Chinese sweatshop run by zombies and not zombies. I need to fucking burn that place to the ground and then kill the guy who's running it, or at least
They wanted the
not
heart in
have
a
him be an
box.
issue. Yeah.
Their heart in a box.
Hannah used exact words where she wants his heart in a box.
Listen, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, Kalcash. I need to kill that guy because he's the son of the guy that probably killed my family.
Well, if we're going to put his heart in a box, that means his seed of his soul will be trapped.
Keep in mind, I don't want to kill this guy, but because I don't have
I'll kill
any
this guy.
yeah, because I don't have any I don't have any stake in killing him, to be honest. But
I do.
his dad,
alive.
I do want to kill his dad. To be fair though, this is a no-win situation simply because I was told directly, if I blow up this operation, that guy's gonna kill his own son anyways. So he's a dead man either way.
Fair.
But if you
Better
want to,
redo it.
but if you want to, I don't know, what is it? What was that play? You're the one with the adventurer with the bullwhip and the brown hat. You know, the one where they're hanging over the cage and the guy fucking sticks his heart in the other dude and goes Kalima. If you want to do that to that guy, I am not gonna stop you.
Oh, the story of Rindiana Owens in the Adventure of the Temple of Doom.
I thought that was Ham Solo.
No, it's Mississippi Smith.
That's it.
Oh.
By the way, Smoke, you're healed by 5 points.
No, I need that to sell it.
Yes, but you immediately have to go into like a fight.
It's fine. It's fine.
Mom, stop healing me.
So just to clarify, since apparently I'm quite often out of the loop, is this madam our prisoner or is she an accomplice?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, so if she's a prisoner, then we probably need to put her in one of the cells. And since it sounds like you're busy, and I doubt my particular talents will be good inside a confined space.
Blaire, you're coming, Miranda says.
Blaire,
Let's-
I don't believe I. What do you want to do with the prisoner?
Well, I figured someone needs to take the prisoner back, since I don't think you want to be dragging a prisoner during your assault on this sweatshop, I think you called it. So we need someone to take them back and keep them, well, imprisoned. Otherwise, they're not much of a prisoner. And since it sounds like this is a time-sensitive mission, having one or so of us taking them back would allow the rest of them to focus on the actual mission.
That is fair.
Because if we drag them with us, someone's then gonna have to keep an eye on her anyway, so... And like I said, since this sounds like a confined space with a lot of vigorous struggling, I doubt my flimsy limbs will be good in a tussle. Meanwhile, everyone else here would probably be more suited to such conflicts.
That is
Mariah
fair.
looks at Blaire and says straight up, "You will not be touching that woman inappropriately, will you, Blaire? I taught you better."
I will
Probably
not.
not good enough.
I will not be doing anything untowards and unwanted.
You see, the problem here isn't that we think you're gonna do it. It's the fact that due to your reputation, we have the thoughts that we think you might do it. That's the real issue here.
But anyway, let's all get our stories straight, correct?
And as you say,
I fought the leader one-on-one and was able to get, and with the help of Arsene, drag her the documents out of there unseen as Blaire destroyed the rest. Is that fair? Do you understand, Blair?
Let me reiterate and correct me if I do so incorrectly. You and Arsene went within.
I
Liber-
distracted the guards, and then he snuck in and then beat the ever-living piss out of the leader. And then we snuck out.
As you were saying, Blair.
You and Arsene infiltrated their lair, managed to apprehend the one in charge of their operations, as well as the materials necessary to initiate a replacement. And afterwards, we've caused an elimination of their structural abilities, resulting in a fair amount of failure in their operations.
Yes.
Alrighty.
It sounds good. Kalcash is with full uncertainty.
Understood. Since now that our stories are clarified, as much as I'm able to do so, I can then report this in and have the prisoner handled appropriately. Anything else you would like me to do before me and the fine prisoner end up departing?
Miranda leans in for a goodbye kiss, good night kiss.
Please stay safe, dear.
Mwah. Mwah, mwah.
That's where I thought you were going to go with him.
No, you're going to need a big ass sword. I didn't just close up shop early to not get into a fist fight. Come on.
You know,
yeah,
that's fair. I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
did hire you for the one, but that didn't end up being a bloodbath like I thought it would be.
Well, we're gonna have a bloodbath in a minute, so let's get a fucking move on.
Yeah, I want to see
no,
what a
we
sweatshop
need a
looks
heart
like.
and a box.
Sword doesn't sheath until it's wet.
Miranda tousles Blaire's hair at that.
On the walk over, Arsene is like, "Oh wait, hang on, I gotta take this off before a local guard shoots me."
My. Arsene, I hear. Sorry.
Miranda says that she wants to see what a sweatshop looks like. That sounds cool.
It's usually not. Mostly involves children.
That's okay. That still sounds awesome because I just imagine a sweatshop is like another name for a gym.
Not.
Oh, it's a room with very little ventilation where they are forced to work endlessly.
Why don't we call
So a
gyms
gym.
that?
Oh, you mean work for money?
No,
No,
not
they
mo-
don't get paid.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's kill this guy.
Yes, let's kill the guy for not
And most
up.
of the time, they just get worked to death. Like, they don't really care.
Yeah, let's kill the guy for not upholding practices of the Better Business Bureau, not for the fact that he's related to the dude that killed my parents.
I don't even know your parents. I don't care.
Well,
damn.
like,
Well,
you
I
know,
mean,
not everybody knows your parents, so you know.
that consumer sagittaire was very insistent that people should follow the Better Business Bureau statistics.
And what I saw, it usually helps out with the
Local business, I know.
standards.
Sorry, you were saying something, El?
My joke. You used my joke.
Aw.
I literally said, I don't know your parents. I don't give a damn.
Oh, two people said it at this basically same time.
Alright, since Necro has to go to work soon.
As we walk and talk, Arsene's like, "Oh wait, I forgot. I gotta take this off before I get shot by a local guard." And then he just grabs the Kalcash watches. He just grabs the face of the lizard man, and then just pulls forward, and it like rips and tears like it's made of fabric or like paper. And then as he pulls the mask off, it like disintegrates in his hand, and the clothes around him disintegrate.
As that
You
happens,
gotta make sure to
Yes,
show that to
yes.
father. He'll be happy to see that we can actually do magical abilities now.
as you say that and do that, the feet under you rumble as something happens.
Fucking what now?
The ground
that-
rumbles underneath your feet, and you hear the slurping, sucking sound of water.
Oh, right. The explosion. It's probably like bloop, and then just toilet bowl noises.
Yeah, just from like on a grand scale.
Blaire, you see that the toilet noises go on for about good solid 10 seconds before they stop.
Hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go to the shore, see how much water was lost.
About a foot.
Yeah, about a foot.
How many ships were pulled into the whirlpool?
None. It's night.
Yeah, the ships would be in the port right there, next to where the whirlpool is.
Yeah.
This map is not to scale.
Plus, they're probably moored, so they're probably not going too far. Moore's the right term, correct?
Yeah.
What was the right term?
So
You do
yeah, they probably like got shifted a little bit, but they didn't actually get drawn in.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, maybe a little fish boat that wasn't properly attended to. But no one cares about them because they're just peasants.
Did you advance or complete a quest?
Yes.
Did you uncover historical truth or secret?
I don't know. I mean,
we uncovered that Arsene might be of like necromantic origin.
Oh,
What? No, I'm not.
that is true. You could be the product of necromantic processes.
Oh shit, that's right. You guys were talking about the clone thing, and I was like, I had this genetic duplicity thing where I look like my dad.
Well,
and
you
he
told,
looks like
you
his
told
dad.
Kalcash. And he was in the tree with you, and you're discussing shit, and you're like, I haven't told anybody, but I'm gonna spill my heart to you at this random tree.
He's like, yeah, listen, there's a reason why I don't do relationships. There's a reason I'm fucking afraid to get into a relationship with anybody, even though I would like to have one. I'm afraid I am going to give whatever potential child I have this whatever condition I have that is very similar to kleptomania, but is highly specific in how it functions.
You're afraid of
Genetic kleptomania.
It's like there's a reason I smoke. It doesn't make it go away, but it makes it shut up for a little while.
I think that will count because that was definitely like a historical cultural secret. Who knows? Maybe Arsene is the product of genetic duplicity, like that.
It hasn't been confirmed yet.
Yeah,
To
it
be
hasn't.
fair, like
Heavily implied.
it could be either one. You're the DM. This can go either way. I'm just saying personally, when I made this character, I was like, oh no, yeah, him and his family kind of look very similar. The only difference is like his dad kind of had a goatee thing going on, and his grandfather had like a
Stash.
like a big mustache and like a pointy beard combo going on.
That one, the devil mustache and beard.
Yeah, and then his great grandfather just has like the Santa Claus beard because he was so old. He never knew what he looked like when he was younger.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining you have a critical case of family resemblance syndrome.
Also, doesn't help that it's the only child syndrome
Yeah.
as well. That doesn't help not make the case that I might just be a clone.
Did you make a name or reputation for yourself?
Well, we did cause a noticeable explosion in the local water.
Yeah, as far as everyone's concerned, we caused a massive earthquake, as well as destroyed a
Zornate camp.
a Zornate fucking cult, and probably screwed Kalcash over in the process. Because once they reanimate her, the truth is just gonna come out no matter what.
Did you entrench your status as nobility?
If we don't die because of this, I assume so.
I'll say yes because you did just like complete like a quest given to you from the king.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's fair.
and based on the eyes that I've got from the from the throne room, I'm
From the
pretty sure I might
from
know
the
who
clone
the
room.
fucking the clone room. We're talking about clones. I'm getting fucking Freudian slips over here. No, yeah, from the throne room, I think I might know who the spy might be.
Did you accumulate wealth of at least 100 silver? Unfortunately, I do not count slaves.
The clone room. I don't know what it would look like, but all I know is that the ambient noise would just be Xerox printers.
If anything, I think we might end up losing money today.
Yeah,
Yeah, I spent money. I spent 4 copper.
Yeah, because we spent on like oil and fire arrows or whatever there
you'll
are.
get to use the arrows
Hey,
eventually.
yeah, you still get to use them.
Sure,
We're gonna
sure,
burn
sure.
down
Oh
a
yeah, we have to
sweatshop.
burn down a building.
Yes, I guess just hand those over to Vi before we left, since Vi will be with you.
All right,
There
so
we
you're
go.
giving them to Vi.
Yeah.
Thank goodness I get to burn something down.
All right, so those fire arrows, I should say, just do a 6 additional points of fire damage.
Sounds like 4 points is what we're getting.
Yeah,
Yep,
remember,
you'll-
there's 4 magical and 4.
Yeah, 4
Not
just
magical.
like torch arrows. Yeah, 4 magical and 4 sparklers. That's what you got.
I assume that just means you have to light up the torch arrows before you fire them.
Yeah. Yeah, so everyone gets 4 experience points.
4 experience points.
Mariah actually got the 4 experience points, so she's now at 19 because she got to participate on this like quest.
All right. Good game.
Yeah, sorry, Elle, you didn't really get to do much this session.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't think I get to do much any session, but doesn't matter.
It didn't go according to plan, and for once that was the correct call.
All right.
I'll be.
So, YouTube, me later when I get to listen to this on my road trip later this month. Have a nice night. Bye.